what's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I had to set everything up. Can y'all guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Make sure. There we go. Oh, so that's who Courtney heard. Courtney heard that. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see what we got in here. We have Akuma, we have Courtney, we have Neo Tengu, we have Raph, we have PJ, we have Kethon, I guess. Roland Dodge. Let's see, we got PJ, Loyal, Tavon. We got John, Kirasu. What's going on, guys? Yeah, I had music on. I didn't even know that I left the music on when I went to go to the store to pick up my daughter some dinner and everything. Got me some Chinese food for the day or whatever. It's my first meal for the day. I just been busy. We gonna get into some discussions in a second. I want to wait for some more people to come in. Oh yeah, I'm streaming on X now. What's up, Sarcastic Gamer? Yeah. What's up, Poop? What's up, Blaze? What's up, John? Yeah. I didn't know there was. I didn't know X had streaming. I seriously didn't know until I went to my restream and they had it as an option. What's up, Junk? Yeah, yes, I will be making a Perfect Dark video. Man, I was not expecting this to happen. Because I already have videos already made, pre-recorded in advance, and now Perfect Dark was revealed and all this other type of stuff, so I gotta make videos about that. This is gonna be a busy week. Yeah, so we'll be talking about that in a bit, and we also want to talk about I gained almost 1,000 new followers because of my reply to a specific tweet that I want us to also talk about and discuss as well. What's up, Oreo? Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Yeah, so I'm going to stream about maybe 2 hours or something like that, and I guess we'll go through some of the topics and everything that I think that really got people talking. I got a lot of videos to make. I gotta do a Perfect Dark video. That's the problem right now I'm going through, man. I have too many things going on. Like I said, I'm working on my comic book company. My comic book is done, so I got a test print of my book that's being shipped to my house, and within the next 2 weeks or whatever like that, so I can make sure that everything is cool. So what I'm eating Chinese food, some rice, shrimp, and broccoli and stuff. And I got some wings too that I didn't even open up. So I'm busy. I'm getting everything together with my comic book company with the presentation to launch. Oh my god! Like, I'm super excited when it comes to this, man. I can't wait. So right now I'm getting the merchandise ready. I'm getting all these extra goodies and stuff ready, and my variant covers are done and stuff like that. So it's more so me spending this whole summer to put together this crazy ass presentation so I can launch all this to you guys. I'm looking October. I was saying September, but I'm looking October. The only reason I'm looking October because I decided to do some extra stuff to add into the promotion, which is going to cost some money. Which I'm already put the money out. It's just I have to wait till it actually gets done and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I'm pushing it to October, because I don't want to rush this. I want to take my time with this and everything. But you will get a teaser Probably within the summer, probably around like August or something like that. Or I may wait until September for the teaser to get everybody ready for the Kickstarter and stuff. For those of you guys who are new, I'm an owner of a comic book company called Venus Orion Comics. I started the comic book company about 3 years ago. I got the LLC for it, and the reason why you don't see anything right now is because I spent 3 years putting together my universe, comic book universe Bible, getting all my characters, start lining up my different comic book series to all be in this shared universe. Yes, my comic book series is a shared universe. So that also means that a lot of these characters that in these stories that you read, they're all from different separate stories, but they all take up the same space. They're in the same universe, which means that there's chances that some of these characters may even come together and cross over, make cameos and all kinds of other things like that. But more specifically, one thing you would not have to worry about is that you don't have to grab every series. If you're a fan of a particular series, you don't have to worry about it because the stories are still self-contained. But there's a lot of world building elements that's going to be in my universe and in each series. So you know, like if you read this series, you'll be able to pick up on a little bit of things and say, okay, I read this series and I also read this series. So that means that this is going on while that is going on. So you'll be able to put things together. You have your series overall lore, but then you got the universe lore. The universe lore is if you want to get how the universe works and all the different mechanics of the universe. Each series that you read, every person who got a favorite series is all contributing in a sense. Like, okay, I didn't read this series, but I do got a bit of lore from this, and you can be able to exchange information from two other communities and different readers of different series, but you're all contributing to the bigger story because you're able to share some knowledge of the overall universe and stuff like that, which is also going to be pretty cool. And I'm super excited for it, man. So far I got over 100 different characters, that's been drawn up and everything, and I've been writing backstories for because I'm the writer. I have an artist that's based in the Philippines. Her name is Jessica, so she does all my artwork. But I also want to put out there is that she's just one person, so it's going to take, like, it's hard for her to try to get every series, which means I'll be looking for other artists to come on board to draw up my other series to my other books because she's only one person, so I will get different artists. The only requirement, the real criteria for artists that I'm looking for is that when you see her artwork, your artwork level has to be on her level or better. It can't be below her level. So, and I'm looking for more of an animated style. I'm not going for like the Marvel and DC art style. Or or you can give me a bit of a mixture of Western and anime, something like how you would see like an Invincible or some of the more recent DC cartoons and stuff like that. But when it comes to artwork, a level like that, you have to be on her level or higher. Oh, what's up, Prime? He said, "Are you going to talk about all the games with the female characters?" Yeah. I'm going to talk about a lot of that stuff. It's some things I won't talk about because I don't have no fucking interest in it. I'm not going to cover every last thing because I mean, like you got to understand me as a content creator. Like I'm a different kind of content creator. Most content creators would cover every fucking thing because it's content and they're looking to make some money and monetize. Me, I gotta have interest in it. It gotta be interesting enough for me to want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So if there's other games in there that it may have some things in there that people may like don't like and want me to talk about it, if I'm not feeling it or if it's like I don't feel like talking about it, then I won't talk about it. Like you got a lot of content creators out there that will just cover everything under the sun. So like I said, you got to give me some time because I do want to talk about the Perfect Dark. I do want to talk about some of the other things that were revealed, especially with the Fable female character. Her face, they revealed her face, and as if I guess it looked like they did some changes to her face after the backlash. I mean, there's some people out there who still say she's ugly or manly looking and stuff like that, but it's debatable at this point. But yeah, I will weigh in on that as well. It's just, you gotta give me some time, like because I just got back from Brooklyn Comic Con over the weekend. So now I gotta situate a lot of things that I've bought and all the content that I have in store. What's up, Prime? What's up, Osmond? What's going on? What's up, Tiger? What's going on? Let's see. We got Disparity. What's going on? We have .com. Let's see. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff that's going. We have a lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of stuff to talk about, and now it kind of like the all the pre-recorded stuff that I've done that I like my work was done for the week, but now I got new work that I gotta make that I have to record like on the spot now, and that was something that I was trying to avoid. But this new stuff came out, so I have to record the stuff on the spot. So I'm gonna push some other stuff to the side just to try to get these videos out. And that's the thing about content creation that's really stressful and shit like that. 1 second. Just getting this dinner in. What's up, Apollo? What's going on? What's up? What's up, Doodles? What's going on? What's up, Cook? I ain't see Cook in a while. What's going on? All right, so let's see. I'm gonna scroll down and because so much shit had happened. So I'm just looking at the topics and stuff from my Twitter. From my Twitter itself. All right, so I guess we can start. I guess we can start with the Perfect Dark first. I guess we can do that first. I guess we can look at the trailer together, or whatever. Damn, the way I'm this is you might say this is a Mugen TV podcast episode. The way what we doing here. 1 second. All right, you guys can hear. I just want to make sure. He said, Wu Jing falling feathers look interesting. Oh, what's up, Fiber Up? What's going on? What's up, Matt? What's up? What's up? What's up, Ricky? Alright, this is the Perfect Dark trailer we want to look at. I know some of you guys already seen it already. I seen it while I was in Brooklyn Comic-Con convention.
Good luck.
But I guess we can look at it together. I guess you guys want me to make a video about it. And that's why sometimes I don't want to cover on live stream because I'm not sure if you guys want to return and want to watch it.
I could see the world differently.
Do a video about it.
I thought it would be like any other mission.
Yeah, this is the trailer right here.
I was
Look at this. That do not like Joanna Dark at all, dog. Like I'm not sure if they trying to go with it, like make her an older woman. I don't know what's going on here, but that's not Joanna Dark. That jawline, the chin, she got the gowls. It's like I told you. I said this in plenty of other videos when I keep talking about how they Western developers depict female characters in video games. They keep giving these women fucking gowls. They give them these big ass gowls on their fucking chin, all over their fucking face, and they give them this chisel ass fucking manly jaw. And then you know what makes the face worse? What makes the face worse is the fact that she has short hair. That's her. You know, Joanna Dark has short hair. You know, or any depiction that you see of her, she normally has like shoulder length or down to her neck or whatever. And what makes the face even worse is because she has no hair to cover up some of the parts around her face or anything like that. So right there is it's all face. It's all gowls right there. You're able to see all of it and stuff. And like I said, women with short hair, you have to be a special type of woman to be able to pull off short hair. Even women, even ponytails. Not every woman can pull a ponytail off either, because when you put your ponytail on or whatever, if you have a ponytail, it shows your head and everything. And some women got big ass heads, just like guys. Guys that put ponytails on, have ponytails, some dudes got big ass heads. So not every woman can pull off a ponytail, and not every woman can pull off fucking short hair. And this what makes it even worse is when you got a style, an art direction like this. And the thing is, what made Perfect Dark also pretty cool is that it had a stylistic art style. And I talked about this on, my Twitter page? Yeah, I talked about it on my Twitter. That's why I keep telling you guys, you have to go to my Twitter. If you always want to hear my thoughts and opinions, you can definitely catch it on Twitter. Because normally most of the time, most of my content comes from my Twitter. Every time I post something on Twitter, I end up turning it into a video. So sometimes you get a hint of what I want to cover on my channel. And also a lot of you guys always send me, DM me some topics and articles, or you tag me in posts, which I also appreciate as well. And I always try to give as much credit as possible for a lot of you guys who point me in a direction to things that I fully missed or I was unaware of and everything. But I talked about this on my Twitter, where I talked about how we are so busy. Game developers in today's games are so busy that's trying to go for realism. This whole realistic graphics and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that realistic graphics gotta go, because every time I say something like this, where I'm saying that I'm tired of realistic graphics, or we need to bring back art, like aesthetic, artistic, or artistic art styles to video games, people all may come in and assume that I'm saying get rid of realistic graphics. No, I'm not saying that. There is a place for realism and realistic graphics in video games. I'm not saying that it should go. And I don't understand why people keep always boiling it down to me saying, like, I want to get rid of it. No. What I'm saying is we need to bring back the artistic art styles to a lot of these video games, and to bring back that aesthetic. And the thing is, when it came to Perfect Dark had an aesthetic art style. Even down to the body proportion, how she looked, how the rest of the characters looked, how the world was. And then when you look at Perfect Dark Zero, which the game wasn't really that good, but even Perfect Dark Zero had an artistic style. That's what made Joy in the Dark also more appealing as well. And when you got an artistic art style, you're allowed to bend reality in a sense. Like you're able to suspend reality because you have these artistic styles that make the world much more of a fantasy, sci-fi, and all this other type of stuff. And then now what they're doing is with this, especially Crystal Dynamics. Crystal Dynamics is working on this. And we already seen what they did to Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider started off pretty good at first with the reboot and everything. And then it's just started going downhill, and they just been ruining Lara Croft ever since. But everything that Crystal Dynamics seemed to touch, even down when it came to the Avengers game, you see what they did to Black Widow. Black Widow had the fucking strong ass jaw and had the fucking gowls, her face all round and fat as shit or whatever like that. And she, like I said, you can look at how anime portray Black Widow. You can look at Scarlett Johansson, beautiful, sexy woman, and you telling me you couldn't make Black Widow something similar to Scarlett Johansson? Like, what the fuck is going on? Now you look at Joy in the Dark, you know what I'm saying, which Perfect Dark used to have an artistic art style and aesthetic to it. Now we're going for this realism, and instead of still keeping that same sex appeal that she has. And this is what upsets me the most too, is the fact is that when I talk about characters like Eve from Stellar Blade, or when I talk about sex appeal, no, like a woman should be distinguished from a man. That's what makes us different from one another. Men, the strong physicalness to our stature and everything. We are much larger than life. Women in the video games are much larger than life. That's the whole thing about this. Video games take femininity and hyperlize it. Video games take masculinity, hyperlize it. These are ideal people that we that we want to put ourselves in and escape reality. And the fact is that for some reason they want to just take this realism and then try to put it in these video games that take people out of it, especially when they take an IP that's been known, and a character that has a fan base or a legacy, and then they sit here and try to put the modern audience spin on it, and it fucks over everything. And now you got everybody arguing over this. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody arguing about this, because then you have tourists who comes in who's never a fan of Perfect Dark or any other IP period, will come in and try to tell fans who always been there since day one how they should feel about how this character is being portrayed or whatever like that, especially when it comes to female characters. And we go through this vicious cycle every time, and it gets so fucking tiresome. And that's why I get to the point where I don't even really want to cover some of this stuff sometimes, because it's the same thing over and over again. We get nowhere. Like, we never meet any middle ground at all, because you got one side that's telling you that that you're just a man baby, insecure, you're an incel, you know what I'm saying, and all this other type of stuff. And you got the other side saying like, yo, like, chill the fuck out. And then also, like I said, the our side is not fully innocent too, because we do have tourists who don't know shit about shit either, which we talked about when it came to Silent Hill 2. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the particular character that everybody was arguing about how they made her look. And then all of a sudden you had people on the other side, the anti-woke side, taking pictures of her and trying to make her super, super gorgeous. And that wasn't the point of the character. She wasn't supposed to be pretty or whatever like that. She was a younger woman, but she looked older than her age because of the abuse that she went through. So even those people on that side don't get the fucking point. So it's going on both ends. It's becoming tiresome. But we're going to continue.
Wrong.
Welcome to Garden City, where it's a pleasant.
Now look at this. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see an issue as far as the game is concerned. I don't think the gameplay looks bad at all. I don't think the gameplay looks bad at all. And that's another thing. When I criticize Joanna Dark and how she looked, people also associate with me trying to bash the game itself. I never said the game looks bad at all. I never said that. Never said that. But people hone in and associate my criticism of Joanna Dark with the entire game itself. Like that's just ridiculous. But this looks gorgeous. It reminds me of when we first got introduced to Night City in Cyberpunk, which I also liked about that as well. And it looks pretty dope.
How far to his last known location?
Local forces are also tracking his whereabouts. You need to find him before they do.
I'll have to improvise.
Generating voice print.
افتح. ارسل واحدا آخر. اختبر البوابة بحسب.
So I'm not going to judge the gameplay and all that itself, the game itself.
What readings are you getting?
Until I see more of it, but it looks interesting.
We're getting odd readings from your monitor. Can you confirm?
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Our intel places Carrington on the second floor.
And the life we think we know?
It has a mirror edge, and I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not saying mirror edge is not a bad game, so don't get what I'm saying twisted.
There's only one way forward.
But I was never really in that mirror edge. My brother did Craig got it. He loved the fuck out of that game. It's a beautiful looking game, so I see inspiration of mirror edge. Something I wasn't expecting for Perfect Dark. So I think that also is a nice twist to add to it or whatever like that. So I have no issue with that.
Analyze. What am I looking at here?
Carrington appears to be targeting a research facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical.
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you. I could use someone with your skills.
Yeah, like this game. And I like the fact that your interaction and how the NPCs is like how they interact when you shoot them and how they fall. Like they break in environments, they fall down, and you can jump on top of them and stuff like that.
Before I could see.
I think it's pretty cool. Didn't that you also like parry and stuff?
What this world was really hiding.
How much control do you have over that? Is it like cinematic? Like it's like a cutscene, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what got me curious. That's why I want to see more.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
Yeah, so like I said, it looks interesting. It looks interesting, but just because I criticize how Joanna Dark looks, I'm not saying the game is bad. Like I don't know why people keep correlating that or whatever. I'm not saying the game is bad, and I also want to stress to you guys too. And I've been saying it I've been saying this for a while now too. I'm a gamer first. I am a gamer first, and what I mean by I'm a gamer first, when it comes to video games, all I want to do is have fun. Is the character interesting? Is the gameplay really good? Is it solid? Is the controls tight? Do it has replayability? So I will say this, I'm a gamer first. If Perfect Dark happens to be a good game, I'm going to fucking play it. Regardless of how Joanna look, if Joanna also happens to be a well-written character, how she look at that point doesn't matter to me. If she's a well-written character and if the game is actually fucking good. If the game is actually fucking good, then I'm going to play the fucking game. Because as I said before, I'm a fucking gamer. I want to play games to be fulfilled as a gamer. I want to be able to have fun with the game. So if Joanna Dark happens to be still a great written character, I could care less how they made her look at that point. Because like I said, I'm all about the story. I'm all about if the character is well written, and I'm all about if the game is actually fucking fun to play. So all that aside of like that, if the game happens to be good, because I know I already have a couple friends who actually is going to act like is looking forward to the game. And if I see the game and they're playing it and I see that it actually is fun and it actually is good, because I'm hesitant about anything with Crystal Dynamics do anyway. I'm very skeptical about what they do. So yeah, if when I see them play the game and they have me try the game and it actually is fun, I'm gonna play it. He said the balls look like him. I didn't know. Is it made by Rare still? No, it's made by Crystal Dynamics. What's up, Nightwolf? What's going on? What's up, Vernon? What's up, Cole? What's up, Angry Canadian? I didn't see balls. I don't know what. I didn't check Metal Gear Solid 3 remake stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's been revealed. I haven't checked everything. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I gotta sit down and try to look at all this stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Visions of Mana. A Metaphor Re-Fantasio. That looks like an interesting game, but I was never really into the Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei type of game. So I may give this one a try. I'm not sure though. Also, did you get the email about Penny Blood? Yeah, I responded to you. What's up, Maddox? So yeah, I gotta look at all that Nightwolf when I get a chance. What's up, Soul? Yeah, so it's Crystal Dynamics. I don't trust Crystal Dynamics at all. But like I said, if the game happens to be good, I can care less how Joanna looks at that point. If the game happens to be good, and if Joanna and also if Joanna Dark is actually a well-written character, at this point I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I care about, that's the main thing that's important to me, is if the game is actually fun, the story's actually is actually well written, and the characters are actually well written. That's all I fucking care about. You know, first and foremost, a level like that. Well, I see it. Silent Hill 2 graphics look good, but they lost the whole point of what made the franchise big in the first place. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about that in a second. Silent Hill 2 and everything. But yeah, let me go back to this right here. You know, like some people think that like this Joanna Dark design right here, like some people think this is completely fine. Like some people say, oh, you know, she doesn't look bad at all. I mean, if that's how you roll, hey, that's I'm not going to shame you for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gonna look at also some Silent Hill 2, and I'm also gonna be straight up with you about Silent Hill in general. Now I have Silent Hill 2. I grew up with the first one and the second one. I stopped at the second one because I found I can't stomach Silent Hill, because I got Silent Hill because I was thinking that it was going to be a Resident Evil. The Resident Evil is just survival. It's just a horror game, survival horror. But Silent Hill is like a psychological horror, and those are the type of things that I'm not really like too crazy about. They're too weird. They're too mind screwy and stuff like that, and it just trips me the fuck out, especially Silent Hill 2. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm this mega fan of Silent Hill. I respect the franchise. I know its roots and where it came from and stuff. So I'm not gonna act like that I'm this biggest OG fan of Silent Hill. But I do respect the community and its fans that has so much love for the series. So we're gonna I'm gonna go bring up this trailer real quick. I'm gonna bring it up and everything. Man, it's so much stuff, damn it. It is so much stuff here. So let me see, we got the trailer. I guess we look at the release date trailer for Silent Hill 2 remake or whatever like that.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I have some
I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
As well. Okay, Nightwolf.
I'm kind of lost.
What's up, Prince Caro?
I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah, and like I said,
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
yeah, her right here. Like everybody's like really upset. Let me take it back. I can't remember her fucking name. Like I said, I have the second game on PS2 when it came out. I played it. Let me tell you how much it freaked me out. I didn't even get that far. I got it on PS when it first launched on PS2. I bought the game, and I remember we got to this part. Like I said, you're in the town, and it's all fog. I'm running in the street, and I remember I was fighting this one monster, I hit it with the pipe, and then it fell to the ground, and then it started wiggling. It started running across the ground. It had no arms. It started just running across the ground. That shit just freaked me the fuck out. I'm like, yo, this shit is weird as fuck. The game is just like super trippy, and I just could not get through that game at all. Like I can play the fuck out of Resident Evil, but for some reason I cannot do Silent Hill. So like I said, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm this super fan that I knew what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to Silent Hill. But I do understand that there was a purpose there was a calculated purpose behind every design to the character. Each character represented something within Silent Hill 2 in this universe, especially on a psychological level. So when people saw her, people was really disappointed about the design of the character, and it seemed like that when it comes to these remakes, a lot of these remakes missed the whole point to a lot of the series, to the IP that they're calling themselves trying to respect. And that's what I said. You have tourists on both sides. You got one side saying, no, this is real. This is a realistic depiction of a woman. And there's nothing wrong with her. I think she's perfectly fine. And then you have people on the other side saying, on the other side, don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. Because like I said, you have people on the anti-woke side taking the picture of her, throwing all this makeup on her and changing her hair, trying to make her look beautiful looking. But that was also not the point of the fucking character as well. This woman has been battered. This woman has been abused. And she's a younger woman, but she's supposed to look older to represent the abuse that she went through. And it just went over everybody's fucking head, even the developers themselves, or whatever like that. So I know why. This is an issue that's going on within these remakes. And like I said, when it comes to this culture war side, you have ignorance on both sides. So, oh yeah, we definitely going to talk about that too. What's up, Cloud Strife? What's going on? We got some other people walking in here. Yeah.
Flying.
So he said he looked.
I guess I don't really care if
like
it's dangerous or not.
Skeleton with a wig. She was just like, oh shit.
I'm going either way.
Don't get me wrong, the graphics look nice.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, this shit right here, though, I'm good. I can't. I'm good. And right here, man, I get the Resident Evil vibe. And I said this on my YouTube, not my YouTube, on Twitter. I'm starting to get tired of the over the shoulder gameplay, because this gives me a Resident Evil vibe to it. And you start to, and I'm tired of seeing this type of gameplay. Like I miss Resident Evil when you had the still camera shots. You know what I'm saying? Pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff like that. And you don't even have to do pre-rendered backgrounds. But let's go. I would love for Resident Evil. And Silent Hill should do the same thing. Or whatever. But I miss the fact is that you would have these still camera shots. And the camera would shift as you move through the hallway. Or in these different areas. I love that so much. That's what made it so much unique and everything. I miss that. But now, like, it's like copy and paste. Like, every horror game or every shooter or like third-person shooter is just over the shoulder. And the thing is, that also affects gameplay and how you're able to control the character of the third person. Because one, since it's over the shoulder, you can't see anything around you at all. And then I hate the fact is that when they have third person, like especially with these Resident Evil games, when they try to make them super action heavy, it's hard to make it super action heavy, especially when it came to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, when the Carlos segments and stuff, like when you aim, it doesn't zoom in and it makes it hard to see, and everything is so frantic and going on. How can you play it within that type of over the top, over the shoulder camera angle and stuff like that? It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So that's another thing too. Yeah, that's another thing people said. It's all about it was also about the ammo scarcity. So I want to know if they understand that too, the developers, about the scarcity of ammo. That's why I said this is going to be interesting, because like this year has been interesting as far as controversy in video games. Like the most anticipated games that people are waiting for, and then once people get them in their hands, all this controversy start to come out when people actually start to play the game and find out like, yo, this game is busted, or the developer didn't understand this part of the game. people start criticizing this stuff. And this is going to be interesting when it comes to Silent Hill 2, because this is something that everybody talks about. Is their favorite Silent Hill. So many people have so many memories of Silent Hill. So this is going to be an interesting topic, an interesting debate once this game come out. And I'm looking forward to see what people say on Twitter. I'm looking forward to see what fans say on YouTube and social media itself. And I can't wait to weigh in on it myself and give my opinion about the whole discourse surrounding it. So I'm looking forward to see this, to see if it does live up to expectation that people were looking forward to.
Promise. Tell him I'll be
It
good,
does look like
please.
Yeah, I missed the Super Game Silent Hill fans doing it. Give apart. I know they are too. I know.
No. Please.
So yeah, like Silent Hill 2, man, like this is another discussion. Like I said, I said this before. 2024 was going to be ridiculous as far as gaming is concerned. It's so much controversy that's been happening this year. You seen my channel, you seen the content, the content, you seen the discussions that we've been having about this stuff, and it's very interesting. You know, where we at as far as gaming is concerned. And Silent Hill 2 is going to be next on the chopping block, where people is going to rip us shreds and have all these debates about. I'm looking forward to see what people come up with, and I'm be watching a shit ton of videos, like breakdown videos. I love watching those videos, especially at night, you know, eat my snacks and see like the breakdown, the analysis, and the comparisons and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to see that type of content you know, in the gaming community, in the YouTube space. So that's going to definitely be interesting. But yes, so that's Silent Hill 2 remake for you. And they got a bunch of other like Silent Hill things that they're trying to do as far as spin-offs are concerned. They really trying to bring this back. But the thing is, will they succeed when it comes to that? So what else are we going to cover here? That we're going to talk about as well. Also, Mugen Lord, you attract some of the weirdest detractors on your Twitter. Yeah, I know, Cole. We won't get to that part too. I want to go through some. We want to go through some of this stuff. We're gonna go through some of these games and stuff, and then we're gonna go into the topics that I talked about on Twitter that got everybody talking. I gained almost 1,000 new followers or whatever. We'll get to that in this. We will get to that in a second. I just want to get through some of these games that everybody's been telling me to like check out, and people want to hear my opinions on and everything like that. So we're gonna take a look at Street Fighter 6 reveals that happened. Let me see. What was it? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna click on this, and then we're
ShopRite's
gonna
digital
we're gonna check
doorbusters
this-
let you
we're gonna
download
check this
huge
out,
savings.
and everything. Oh yeah, we definitely
Download
we
these
gonna talk about
digital
that.
deals today.
We definitely gonna talk about that.
ShopRite.
Yeah, I was at Brooklyn when this was going down right here. I had no idea about any of this, and actually it's my first time actually sitting there watching this trailer per se. I only saw pictures that people had posted. Now I want to talk about this in a second. They got Elena's back. We got Mai. And Bison. And now I'm gonna save the Bison part when we get to the Twitter stuff. I'm gonna save the Bison part when we Oh, they made Mai barefoot? When they made Mai was never barefoot, was she? Yeah, so let me talk about this for a second. Cause somebody made a meme saying that this that Street Fighter 6 is definitely a feet game this time around. Cause I don't think she was ever barefoot. Cause I thought she always had like nylon footings on her feet. Oh, okay. ground wave spam is going to be real. Oh, and real bout she was? Okay. I wasn't sure because, like I said, I'm not like a big SNK person, so I wouldn't know. Nah, I don't have premium. I'm like I said, like I'm on YouTube. I don't watch YouTube like that. I get on, look at my videos, look at my views, check out the comments and stuff like that. I don't watch as many YouTube videos as I used to. I don't really do that no more. Like after a while when you go through YouTube, it's the same shit over and over again. It's just controversial content and everything. It's no longer like unique. There's really no unique content. And I wouldn't even say I'm a unique I wouldn't say I'm a unique content creator, I guess. I don't know. But there's really it's not like the old YouTube. The old YouTube was so much fun. You know what I'm saying? That it was like a discovery. It's like you in like the Wild West. You didn't know what you was going to find on YouTube. You found some of these weird, obscure, or these unique channels with unique content and stuff like that. But now the meta is just controversy. It's constant controversy, and you know it gets stale. YouTube gets stale. I don't stay on YouTube for long. I get up in the morning. I try to check some of my comments. Cause I get too many comments, so I can't check them all now. But I try to check some of that. I look at the views. I look at my analytics, and I get off the platform. Get annoying. Yeah, I know. I don't use the premiums because I don't want to spend money on the premium when I don't really use YouTube like that. It's just a waste of time for me. We were going to show why people are mad at Bison. It'll be interesting. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that in a second. The whole Bison thing in a second. But yeah, me and my homeboy, my homie, Master Boris or Omega Boris, you can go even check one of my YouTube videos when I had him on. And I even talked about that. I said, yo, we going to get an SNK character for Street Fighter 6. I predicted this. I didn't know what characters were going to make it in. I was thinking Kyo was going to get in there at some point. But I always said that SNK is going to be in Street Fighter 6. I said this. Like, Master Boris said this. We both said that we should expect an SNK character. So that's why when Terry and them popped up, I wasn't super surprised. But I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like they got Terry and they got... No, the surprise was I wasn't expecting 2 characters from SNK. That was the surprise part. I guess that really surprised me. I was more so expecting 1 character. Now, what would be really interesting, and I'm going to put it out there in the ether right now. What would be really interesting for Street Fighter 6 is if we get a Tekken character, which is like Kazuya. If we get Kazuya, I think that'd also be awesome because we already had Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So the movesets is already there. You know? All you gotta do is take that character model, reshape it to fit the fit for Street Fighter 6, and then you got Kazuya. I think it would be stupid for them not to put Kazuya in Street Fighter 6. I think it would be pretty dope. I mean, Street Fighter 6 is hitting all the check marks that's satisfying a lot of people. You know, no matter which side you're on, there's something that people like. Now, I understand like the costumes and the monetization is ridiculous, but as far as characters are concerned and everything, and as far as gameplay is concerned, man, people's loving Street Fighter 6. A lot of people have a lot of things positive to say about Street Fighter 6. Yes, there's some negative things out there, but overall, as far as like how people are receiving the game, people's liking Street Fighter 6, and I think they've done. I think it was a smart move to finally throw in some SNK characters because last year during I think it was Evo or one of the FGC events, they had like a celebration poster of SNK and Capcom, and people thought SNK versus Capcom 3 was coming. And to me, in my personal opinion, I think we still going to get SNK versus Capcom 3 at some point. I think right here is just to test the waters right now to see how everybody is how is this well received, to see how many people download mine and Terry as well. So yeah, like I think this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. But I think we should get Tekken character in here. We at least should get Kazuya in the future season for Street Fighter 6. So now when you say it like that, it would end up with a repeat of Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, got rid of Bison, and now Street Fighter. Okay, always said the lore is getting stupid. Could they add Tifa like smashing, adding in Final Fantasy characters? Save Tifa for Tekken. Give Tifa the Tekken. Like I said before, I was pissed off at the fact is that Tifa was never made inside Dead or Alive. Tifa should have been in Dead or Alive. That should have been one of the first fighting games that Tifa should have appeared in. It just made too much logical sense. But Square Enix is hard to deal with. when it comes to cameos and how they want their characters represented and as cameos in games and stuff. They're very, very hard to deal with. So that's why you don't really see a lot of Square Enix characters making cameos in a lot of different games and stuff like that. Especially more so Final Fantasy, I would say. Let me put it that way. More so Final Fantasy. Oh, what's up, Joy Boy? Welcome. What's up, Kung Fu? What's up, Lou Flame? Yeah, so Street Fighter 6 and Terry Bogard and Mai and everything, pretty awesome. We're gonna save the Bison discussion once we get to the Twitter aspect of everything for in a bit. So hold on for a second. Now I'm also gonna look at it was something else that I wanted to talk about before we start getting into the other things that we can definitely discuss. So we talked about Joanna Dark. All right. Now we're gonna talk about I guess we can move on to the Twitter stuff now. I guess we can do that now. First we're gonna get into this topic right here. All right, we'll start with this. We start with her, the Fable. We start with Fable. Okay, so all right, so this is the topic for debate right now that people talking about. So we have Kali. She had posted this. I knew nothing of this until I got on Twitter. I saw this chick named Kali. She had posted this. It's like, wait a minute, that's the Fable chick. And she says she's cute. Y'all made a big fucking deal over nothing. So now listen to how she says this. She said it as if that she always was like this. That this was always the plan for this character design for the Fable chick, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. This is why I say it's bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because you have so many people in the comment section saying like, yeah, these anti-woke, these grifters, you know, all they had to do was just wait because this is always the plan. You know, she was in it because they caught her from a different angle, it was different lighting and shit like that. It's bullshit. And you want to know why it's bullshit? That they did listen somewhat to the fan base of Fable when they started ragging on her design. The reason why I say this is bullshit is because if it was always the plan and it was always the case, I'm gonna type this in real quick. If that always was the case, why did they go out their way to make her face the thumbnail? Why did they go out their way? Think about it, guys. If this facial design was always, if she always looked like this, and this was always the actual real design of her face or whatever like that, then why did they go out their way to put this in the thumbnail? Why? Why did they do that? Because if her design was already like this as far as her face, then the thumbnail would have been completely different. Like it would have been glossed over. They would have just had a different thumbnail and users would have clicked on the trailer and just watched it, and then gamers would have just went along with it. But they went out their way specifically to put her face on the thumbnail. Yeah, they specifically. So, another thing, because I want to bring up something real quick. Don't bear with me, guys, because this ends up being like a Mugen TV podcast episode. I was not expecting to do all this, but we're here. Let me see something. Hopefully, since people are talking about it. Okay. I'm trying to. All right. I think, in my personal opinion, you may not agree with me, but I think they improved on it. I think they improved on it. She does like I see a much better resemblance. I really do. I see a much better resemblance than what they had before. I really do. Let's look at this. Compared to what you see right here, her, and then you see this. This is day, and this is night, with Mary Jane. This is day and night. Day and night. So in my personal opinion, I think they did improve on this. Fable got hard ratio. She got the Sonic partial Sonic makeover, and Yeah, so I think they did. In my personal opinion, I think they improved on it because like that was the first thing I noticed when the moment they posted this. That was the first thing that caught my eye. I said, "Yo, she looks totally different than when I remember seeing her last time." You know what I'm saying? So, me and my personal opinion, I don't really have a super big issue now. But like I said, we still have to wait and see. We want to wait and see. We definitely do. So, because then somebody had posted this too. Nina Infinity. This is the first one, and this is the newer design. And this one is the newer design and stuff like that. So everybody's still talking about it. It's causing a lot of controversy right now because people still saying that she's ugly as shit. She's still like a man and everything, but at this point, it's definitely debatable. I do, in my personal opinion, notice a difference because, like I said, the moment it popped up, my eyes shifted instantly. It caught like her face caught my attention because I noticed it changed. I noticed it the moment I scrolled. I noticed it just caught me. It could be a bait and switch as well. Many people think they've improved it, but it actually is still the same model or whatever like that. Now it looks like a handsome man. That jaw man. It's a cinematic. There's to fool us. Me too. But like I said, we still have to wait and see. We still want to wait and see. So there's still no cause for celebrations. We still have to wait and see till we actually start to see more gameplay. And we definitely want to get like a developer blog that's going to do like a playthrough, hands-on and stuff like that, so we can actually be able to see. But it also had me questioning, like, is she just an avatar just to represent the trailers and not the game itself? Like, will we have the ability to be able to create our own characters? What I'm saying here, and is because you notice that a lot of these games nowadays, when they have like the character avatars now, they only use female characters. They don't use male characters no more. Most of the time, when they showing off a game that has character creation, most of the time they don't use the males no more. They don't even use the males. Now they're starting to use a lot more female characters to represent the character creation and stuff like that in Western developed games and stuff. So that's what that's what they're also doing. So my question is, when it comes to this Fable game, because like I said, I didn't watch the trailer yet. I still didn't watch the trailer. I just saw the screenshots. Like I said, I got back from Brooklyn yesterday or whatever like that. So I'm still trying to get things together. So I haven't sat down and looked at everything. But from what I'm seeing from the screenshots and everything, and what I've noticed from my observation, a lot of these games are showing a lot more female characters in the forefront as far as representing the character creation and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, is she the actual protagonist in this game, or is she just the poster avatar face for their presentation, like to represent the game, to present the game? So will we actually have control over how we want to create our characters? And also, do that mean, like, as far as if there is a character creation, is the male character still a thing? Like, can you create a male character? So if a male character is in the game, so that will also let us know that, yeah, she's just a poster. This is just like, okay, we want some diversity going on. We want female representation. She's just the avatar, just the face to represent this title. But you can actually create your own character and create a male character too. So we want to wait and see. Like I'm not sure. This is like pretty much like I played the first Fable game, and I played a bit of the second. But I'm not sure if any other Fable game where you had just like a default character that you play as and you don't create anything else or whatever like that. So I'm not sure. Will this be the first Fable game where you don't have a character creation, you just play as a character? Yo, what's up? What's up, Kevin Williams? What's going on? What's going on? So yeah, so that's that with Fable. We want to wait and see. There's a lot of interesting stuff that's going on here. Another thing too, even with the Monster Hunter World, the female character, it's in the forefront. Nah, not World. I meant Wild. I said World. Monster Hunter Wild. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that for a second. So what's this one? Okay, I guess we'll look at this. Yeah, and also it's like with this one, I'm getting like a Middle Eastern vibe. Even when you look at the characters and the aesthetics and stuff like that, I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Like I get cultures mixed up, so I'm not trying to be ignorant here with like that. But I'm getting like kind of like a Middle Eastern maybe vibe. Yeah, and like I said, they got her in the forefront. And people gonna look at this and say like, what's the big deal, sexist and all this other type of stuff. But no, I'm calling out an observation here. Like I said, look at all these recent presentations. All the recent presentations is all female characters. All female characters in the forefront. And like I said, I have no issue with that is because most of you guys already know that most of my characters are female characters. I love playing female characters in video games and stuff like that. So I don't have no issue. But you can tell when there's DEI involved, or you can tell that, you know, that they're trying to crank up the volume when it comes to DEI, diversity and inclusion, and just to maximize the ESG scoring and stuff. Yo, what's up, Calvin? What's going on?
Over there!
Yeah, so like I said, even the female character, we got a male character in here too, but she was like the vocal point of the trailer itself. Yeah, she's the badass, and he follows behind her.
Follow me! Go!
There you go.
Here it comes!
Now the gameplay looks promising. I don't like the frame rate though. That frame rate, I want to see this at 60 frames per second, dog. But I know that this game's gonna be good. This game is gonna be fucking good. But like I said before, like the female character is in the forefront.
If we can make it to the rocks, we may lose them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Junk said something that's really, really crazy. And it makes sense. He said, it's just a coincidence that black women make up 90% of the protagonists after being paid to do it. Don't you understand? It's all about money. It's not about that these game companies really want to be, really like, oh yeah, like, I'm all for diversity and inclusion and stuff. No, this is all about a paycheck. That's all it is. Because like I said before, look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and look at Final Fantasy VII Remake, especially Rebirth. Man, there are black NPCs everywhere in Rebirth. And I'm not saying that is an issue, that is a problem. But I seen there was an article where a journalist was trying to use Rebirth as a standard. Says, see, you know, black minority representation is possible. Look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and stuff like that. No, they're only doing it because they're getting paid to do it. It's like if they're being incentivized to do it and stuff like that, they're not doing it because they really care about, oh, we care about minorities or anything like that. There's an incentive to do it. But the extreme part about it is that now they want the money so bad, they're jeopardizing gameplay, they jeopardizing story, they fucking up everything for the sake of diversity in order to get that ESG money. And that's the thing. So like I said, it had to take money. So when you look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you notice that most of, like I said, the NPCs, all nothing but people of color. But as long as you look at the main cast, everybody is who they are. They didn't race swap or anything, because it cost Square Enix nothing to make NPCs black or whatever like that. They didn't go in and tamper with any of the main characters or do anything else to that. They kept everything else intact. It don't cost nothing, so they got that extra money. It's easy to do that. Let's just throw black people here. Let's throw minorities here. Let's throw women here. Let's throw a deaf person there, because they have a deaf person in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. When you would have played the was it the Queen's Blood? I think it was called, the card game. When you go to the table at the Cosmo Canyon, and Cloud said, "Excuse me," and because you see the guy using sign language, and then Cloud said, "Oh, that's the sign language," and the sign language was called something that soldiers used to use in the military in Midgard and in Shinra and stuff like that. So even threw a deaf person in there. It's all for money. It's all about money. They don't really care about. They don't care about gays. They don't care about minorities. They don't care about y'all. They do not care about y'all. It's all about money. Because if they really wanted to put us in games, they would just put us in games, which they do. We do have black representation. We do have female representation. We do have gay representation. That stuff has always been there. But now you're starting to see an overcompensation. They're overcompensating because now they're getting paid to do it. Why not? Why not? If you're going to give them money, they're going to overdo it. You know? All right, so back to the trailer.
As I feared, it picked up our scent.
I'll handle You find someplace safe.
Thank you.
The game's going good. In fact, but I know for sure the game will be good.
Don't worry, the hunter is here.
Like I said,
Just
yeah,
watch.
don't worry, the hunter
You'll
is.
see what
Like I said, the
hunting is
female
all
characters
about.
in the forefront. Yeah, see? What's up, Strider? What's up, Champ Bloom? Look at all the presentations from last year even to this year. All female characters in the front. All of them. Every game now is a female protagonist. And like I said, it's overcompensating. They're not doing it because, hey, this is something that we really want to tell a story about. No, there's an incentive to do it. There is an incentive to do it. They're incentivized to do it. Not because they really want to do it. They're incentivized to do it. And a lot of these corporations, like I said, these are corporations. Back then, when before video games was mainstream, man, it was about the art. It was about the artistic vision. It was about the vision of the developers. Like, you wasn't really getting paid much back then either. Like, these people got into this profession because they really loved the art and loved the vision. But once it became a multi-billion-dollar industry, it's even more powerful than Hollywood. It's one of the big video game industries, one of the biggest industries on the planet. So all it did was it brought in, and it has the biggest influence over life, over people. Video games have a big influence. It's a cultural thing. So now you have investors, you have the powers that be, the elites, the establishment. You have all these people who has invested interest, you know. And since a lot of people play video games, since it impacts culture and impacts people and stuff, they want to be able to control people. What better way to do it is go after an industry that has that much of an impact on society and culture itself. So that's what's going on here. Now you have all these vultures and these vulture investors who go in, who got their own agendas and stuff, and want certain things implemented and passed and stuff like that to be able to control the masses through video games and everything. And what's going on is a lot of these video games studios have sold their soul for a lot of for this type of business model. As far as the ESG is concerned, they sold their souls. They sold their artistic visions and everything for that money, for that dollar sign. And that's what we have going on. That's why we're in the current state of gaming right now. You know, I already got Sonic Generations. I'm willing to try out more Sonic Adventure 2 and yeah, Sonic the Sonic and Shadow Generations. I'm gonna pick that up too. Yeah, so it's that facts. It was Division, and yeah, we missing all that. So yeah, it became more corporate. But I was explaining it to my brother Keo, a couple days ago. I said, yo, think about it. Look at EA is a perfect example. EA is a perfect example. EA really ruined gaming as far as like monetization is concerned, because they mastered the formula as a Western studio. See, when it comes to EA, I think, and this was a couple years ago when I did a video on it. Like, when it came to FIFA and their sports games, they was bringing in, I think, was it 16 or 20 billion dollars off of monetizing the FIFA games. Microtransactions alone, they made 16 to 20 billion dollars alone a year, alone off of microtransactions. So can you understand how, if developers see shit like that, all that money that EA has made, why wouldn't a company want to do something like that? Why wouldn't a company want to do something like that? So now you got a bunch of investors. They see that 16 to 20 billion dollars off of microtransactions and monetization. They see that and it's like, holy shit. Y'all gotta continue to do this shit. So now imagine this. I was explaining this to my brother. Imagine you being a developer, an inspired developer, that you have this vision for a video game. Now, you as an inspired developer, you're not thinking about you don't even want microtransactions in your game. You don't want it in your game. You don't want it at all. You're not even thinking about the microtransaction. You're an inspired developer. Now you're working for EA or you're working for any type of studio at this point, and you have an idea for a game. They sign off on the idea. They put you in charge of the project. You got this crazy ass vision of this particular game that you want to get done or whatever like that. You got the idea and you start having the game, getting developed and everything. And now you have to go to your superiors, present the game or whatever the idea is, or to show updates of what you have done during the course of development. And then they start asking you questions. And then the investors start asking you, so okay, so what is your monetization systems? What is that like? How are you going to approach this? And then you say to yourself, well, I had no idea. This game's not going to have any microtransactions. Them investors are going to look at you like you fucking crazy, because they look at the recent report and say, yo, we just brought in $16 to $20 billion in fucking microtransactions, and you mean to tell me that you're going to not put microtransactions in your game? And remind you, now you're an inspired developer, and your game is a single player game. Your game is a single player game. So now your superiors are looking at you like, yo, because it's all about appeasing the investors first before the gamer. The investors need to get their return on their investments first. So it's not about appeasing the customer anymore. It's about appeasing those investors. So your superior is going to come back to you and start scolding you. Say, yo, you're going to have to find some way to implement some microtransactions or whatever monetization schemes or mechanics into your game. But it's a single player. I don't give a fuck it's a single player. Put that shit the fuck in there and figure out how you're going to do it. So now you got to go back and figure it all out and how to put it in there. And then now you got to change the gameplay now to justify the need for the monetization. EA fucked the game up when it came to that. Yep. Fucked it up. All right. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next thing. All right, 1 second. I ain't eat all day. All right. Let's see. What's the next topic? Go back to my Twitter real quick. All right, I'm gonna scroll. All right, we'll get to the Bison thing, and we'll get to the Bison thing, and then we'll lead right back into the other Twitter stuff. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the Bison trailer. All right, so there was some controversy with the Bison reveal. Now, I had no idea that this was even a thing. Yo, you mean what's for dinner? I had some Chinese food. I had some chicken. I had some chicken, broccoli, and with some shrimp and with some white rice, and I got some chicken wings. Yeah, rolling dice. I seen the Concord. We talked about it. Everybody came to my state of play. Have you seen the Phantom Blade Zero gameplay? No, I haven't seen it, Yusef. Yeah, so there was some controversy going on with Street Fighter 6 with the reveal of Bison. Now, I had no idea this was going on. I was in Brooklyn at the time, but I did see people talking about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is the controversy? It's fucking Bison. Like how can Bison bring controversy? So we're gonna go to the Bison trailer, and what the fuck? I clicked the wrong one. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go to the Bison. We're gonna get this Bison trailer real quick.
Do I resemble this man you call Bison? I shall.
I thought this motherfucker was dead. I truly thought this motherfucker was dead.
I shall crush your spirit.
to go full screen. I don't know why it does that. Bison looks sick. He looks better than ever, yeah. He looks dirty. He looks dirty. He looks fucking dirty.
Show me your work. I will tame you in due time. Cry for mercy.
Got the classic. The combos is fucking sick. Yeah, here we go. Right here, guys. This was the controversy. The controversy is right here. What do you see? What like if I wanted to be offended by something, because I sat there for a minute when somebody posted this picture on Twitter or whatever. When I seen this picture, dude, it totally went over my head. I said, "What's wrong? I don't see anything. I just see Bison just fucking niggas up. What the fuck is going on here?" I said, what's the problem? So then I had to switch my brain for a second. I said, okay, if I was a lefty snowflake that needs a cry closet, what would I like if I was one of them? Like what would I be offended by? Like because if you want to be offended by something, you can find anything to be offended by. So I'm sitting there and say, okay, I have to think like a lefty. I have to think like a snowflake. I have to think like a person who needs a cry closet in order to get out, in order to protect themselves from reality in the real world and stuff like that. So I'm thinking to myself, if I was one of them, how would I get offended? So then I stopped for a second. I looked and I was like, wait a minute, his knee is on his neck. I said, are we attributing George Floyd to Street Fighter 6 now? I said, oh my God. So Bison is now being ridiculed for being a villain? Bison shows no mercy. He says it in his supers. No mercy. He says it in his supers and stuff like that. So now he's being ridiculed for being a fucking villain? Bison don't give a shit about that. And what upsets me the most is that the world doesn't revolve around the West and our problems. No one gives a fuck. So somebody had put the post of this picture and saying like, yo, Capcom is real dirty for this. And people were suggesting that they remove this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry to burst your bubble. The world doesn't revolve around us. The world doesn't pay attention to all the fucked up shit that happens in our country and stuff like that. But we're now contributing George Floyd to this bullshit. Are we that fucking sensitive here? And you also gotta remember, there was controversy during Tekken 7. It was it Tekken 7 or Street Fighter 5? It was one of the Muslim characters. It was Rashid or the other Muslim character in Tekken 7. And Americans were up. Some fighting game players in the West was upset because it was disrespectful to 9/11 or some bullshit like that. No, Harada responded to that. Matter of fact, and he said the same thing, that it doesn't like the world doesn't revolve around the United States, because they had a Muslim character and people seen it as a disrespect to 9/11. How racist can that be? How racist is that? That's crazy. Oh, what's up, Emily? What's going on? What's up, Super Android? What's going on? Yeah, they got upset at that. You have to be the most sensitive snowflake to look at Bison putting his neck on Guile, remind you, which is a white character, a white American male. He's as white and straight as you can get in video games nowadays. And you attribute this right here to George Floyd. The same George Floyd that caused America to set itself on fire. Black communities destroyed. Black businesses destroyed. More black people died during the whole Black Lives Matter riots than police shootings. Philadelphia got destroyed. Black-owned businesses, black owners who were also upset and watched their own people destroy their businesses over George Floyd. And then a lot of you guys, especially y'all motherfuckers with white guilt, gave money to Black Lives Matter, and all y'all took the grift of Black Lives Matter. They made billions of dollars off of George Floyd and so many other people, black people, They made so much money, and none of that went to the black community at all. None of that. None of it went to the black community. None of it went to the black community. They took that money, those black women who are also believe in Marxist ideologies, and they admitted it themselves. They're Marxists. They took that money, and guess what they did with their money? They bought mansions, and guess what else they did? They moved out of the hood. They got away from black people. Y'all gave money to a grift. Y'all gave money to grifters. Y'all gave money to grifters. George Floyd incident destroyed this country and created more friction between Americans than ever before. Ever before. And then now you're trying to attribute that bullshit to this? Like, come on, man. Come on. Y'all got grifted. Black Lives Matter grifted y'all motherfuckers. Y'all all fell for that shit. My people fell for this shit. And white folks with white fucking guilt fell for that shit. Y'all all fell for it. And then they took that money and they pumped it in the Democratic Party. They pumped it into the Democratic Party. The same party, remind you, the same party that passed the crime bill, the war on drugs, that incarcerated blacks and Hispanics. The same party that introduced the welfare system that destroyed the black nuclear family. The same system, the same party. And y'all motherfuckers are out here on droves defending this shit. You destroyed your own communities over George Floyd. The same George Floyd that has a fucking criminal rap sheet before the incident. Before the fucking incident. And that's the thing that upsets me the most, is that I see more of my people that glorify or use drug dealers and criminals as martyrs. As martyrs. We always do this shit. We always do this shit. And then we lost so many. Was it Filipino champ, the FGC? He can no longer compete because of the joke that he made when he said watermelon lives matter. When he bought a watermelon, fighting game career done. Fighting game career, his whole career was done. But I'm getting off topic here. But let's move forward. Oh, that's crazy, man. No, man, Bison is fucking sick. And I'm not even a Bison player. He don't need to be this fucking nasty.
Your time ends here. Satisfy my hunger. That is all I need from you.
So that was the controversy.
The American dream doesn't.
That was the controversy that happened in Street Fighter 6. And let me see. I'm gonna go to. Did I even post it? Did I discuss that? Let me see if I discussed it on my Twitter. So because you'll still go over it and stuff like that. Did I even post that? I think I did. Let me see. Oh no, they took it down because the person got roasted so bad for it. He took it down. That's why I can't find it on here. Because I did talk about it. That's why it became a debate, because I talked about it on my Twitter. Yeah, I can't find it because the person, yeah, he removed. Yeah, here we go. I'll show you. It says the post is unavailable because it was a picture. Yeah, it's unavailable. Yeah, this person got roasted because first he got to the point where he just only limited the conversation or whatever like that, and then that day just took the post down because it was just that crazy. He got roasted for that shit because that shit was fucking stupid. You want to attribute George Floyd to fucking Bison and shit like that, and Bison putting on his knee on Gal's fucking neck. Like, this is fucking crazy. This shit is out of hand. They literally made this dude a fucking martyr and shit like that. They got fucking statues of George Floyd. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Like, my people get me frustrated at fucking times when it comes to shit like that. Gets me fucking frustrated. The wrong people that we put on a pedestal. The wrong type of people that we put in our community that we put in the fucking pedestal. The wrong fucking people. Yeah, he got a golden fucking statue and shit. That's fucking crazy. Our whole country burnt down to the fucking ground. And somehow Trump is the fucking villain. That's fucking crazy. Alright, so where are we at? So yeah, so we're gonna do the other topic. I'm gonna go through this stuff. We're gonna just keep it going, keep it rolling, and everything. Yeah, I was not expecting to do this. This is end up being a Mugen TV podcast episode. This was supposed to be just like us chilling and talking and stuff, but you guys coming in with so many damn different topics and shit and everything. It end up turning into something else. So yeah, I gotta get this shit together. All right, so now the next controversial thing that got me up to 1,000 new followers is this right here. So I think it's this chick. I don't know. I saw it and it's just like I just got irritated when I saw it. This person is called Summer, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But she said, "I'm so fucking sick of being a woman in the gaming community." Now, to me, I think this is a fucking grift. To me, in my personal opinion, I just think this person is just farming for clicks. She knows she can farm for clicks because she's a female. Females, and we gonna talk about the word the word female for some reason, because that's another thing that keep popping up and stuff like that. But she's another female content creator. I'm not sure who the fuck she is. I'm not sure if she's a Twitch streamer. I'm not sure if she's a YouTuber. And personally, I don't give a damn. But to me, it's in all caps. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I think this is just for validation, attention seeking, and just get clicks. This got 11.9 million views. I guarantee that she got paid off this shit. Oh, by the way, I got my first my first X check. I got my first X check or whatever like that. I did not expect that. I did not expect to get a check or whatever like that. I didn't even know I was monetized. Like I got the blue check mark, but I didn't know it came with all that shit or whatever like that. I just wanted the main reason, and people always try to use this. Before we get into the topic, I just wanted to. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because this was not part of the plan. I didn't have no outline or anything. We wasn't even supposed to do this. But a lot of people always try to use blue check marks as an insult. Oh, you pay for Twitter. This is that and the third. Like, I don't take you serious because you paid for Twitter. Yes, I paid for X. And you know why I paid for X? Is because, one, I'm able to make longer tweets, which I like. Two, I'm able to put long form videos. I can actually put longer videos on my Twitter. And because of that, I'm a content creator. I got my own comic book company and stuff. These are tools that would definitely help my platform to make more people aware and to gauge an audience. So yes, I paid for X, and I don't give a fuck because it's very beneficial to me. I don't know why people try to use that as an insult because I paid for Twitter. This is making any fucking sense. Like I said, I hate when I do tweets. When you have basic Twitter, you have these limited ass tweets and shit like that, and I gotta keep making all these different tweets, and then sometimes they're not in order. Sometimes what I said last ends up being first. I hate that bullshit. It makes everything like unorganized and stuff like that. Now, with the Twitter check mark, the blue check mark, I can put all my thoughts in one tweet, and to keep a lot of you guys engaged, because sometimes a lot of these tweets get lost in translation when you have to break the tweets down into all these multiple different tweets, and then things get lost in translation and stuff like that. When it's all in one tweet, you can get everything I said. You get all my thoughts, you get all my ideas in one tweet. And I love it. And I love the fact that I can post longer videos. And a lot of you guys are loving it too. A lot of you guys engage with my videos on Twitter because they're longer. You're able to get the idea of what I'm trying to say, and I don't have to break that shit in parts. So yes, I pay for the blue check mark, and I am proud of it, and I'm not even fucking ashamed of it. I don't understand why people try to use that as an insult. Doesn't make sense. This helps me and my brand. So anyway, moving forward. So I'm so fucking sick of being a woman in the gaming community. Why the fuck am I over here bawling my eyes out over getting called every sexist slur in the book and being talked down to by every equal testicle male in the gaming community when I did nothing but say something as simple as hit Jet 480, and then it's, oh, it's a woman now. I understand why we're doing so bad. I wish we're getting we weren't getting woman diff. Damn, like can this chick talk? Diff here, I guess. I don't know. I wish we didn't have a woman on our team. Go fuck yourself. Do me a favor and never log on again. Last time I fucking checked, you don't use your penis to play the fucking game. So my gender has absolutely zero to do with how good I'm doing in the fucking game. I wish all you fucking freaks would go to hell. Now, I looked at this post, I seen it, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then of course you got white knights in here, and you always got the beta males. They all injected in full of soy. They just inject it with soy lattes and stuff like that. You know, they don't got an ounce of testosterone and stuff like that. And what also irritates me the most is you get these beta males, these simps that walk in there, and the first thing they do is they apologize for being a male. That's the most weakest shit you can do as a man. You apologizing for your gender. I don't expect a woman to apologize for her gender. No one should apologize for being a man. No one should be apologize for being a woman. Nobody should be apologizing for whatever color they are or whatever their sexuality is. You should never apologize for what you are. Never apologize. But it seems like you see more men, they would go into these fucking posts and start white knighting, start beta orbiting around these doggone e-girls or whatever like that, and the first thing they do is go in there and apologize. I'm sorry for my gender and what my gender does. You know, we are very toxic and all that. That's the weakest shit I've ever seen. Dude, she's not going to fuck you. You're not going to get any play from her. And the thing is, that term is called peacocking. These guys are peacocking for women. They try to make themselves like to appear to be more superior than the males that these women are ragging on about. And you know what's so funny about it is these guys who are beta males and white knight for these women would never date these type of dudes. And guess what? These dudes will fuck the guys that they bitch and complain about. They will fuck the guys who has no respect for them. They will fuck the toxic guys. So that's the thing that boggles my mind. That's what boggles my mind the most when it comes to this whole fucking social dynamic over the internet between men and women in the social media stratosphere. It's the most stupidest thing. So now I had replied to it, which this shit got crazy. So I chimed in, and I didn't expect this post. I didn't expect this post to blow up. I really didn't expect this post to blow up. It just really got everybody talking and shit like that. So what I said, this is what I said. It's called the mute button. I've been playing since Xbox Live first went live, and that is a fact. If you guys don't know, I'm 37 years old. I'm 3 years from being 40. I am 37 years old. Some people, a lot of you younger generation, calling me an old fossil in the gaming space. As y'all throw that, I get dude, it was seriously funny. We was debating about something. I can't remember which topic. It was about gaming, and I was talking about how gaming used to be and all that type of stuff. And this younger gamer that I was debating with called me an old fucking fossil. Called me an old fossil. I was like, damn. I was like, God damn. But anyway, yes, I was around since the first Xbox. I was around when Xbox Live first went live. I was around then. I was around. I was around during that time. And I will tell you how crazy it was. I was around during the first Xbox, and I survived through the Xbox 360 era. But I'm going to continue with this. So, I said, I've been playing since the Xbox Live first went live. I've been called niggas. I've been called monkeys. I've been called spear chuckers. And I've also been told to go back to Africa, which is a place I've never been in ever in my life. The moment I said, and this is true, and any black person can tell you this back during the earlier times of Xbox Live, can seriously tell you this. It was fucking crazy being a black person or a Mexican on Xbox Live. Them white boys was vicious with the racism online on Xbox Live. And it was so bad because, like, if you was a black person playing back then on Xbox Live, especially during the earlier times, you could never get a match. And what I mean you could never get a match, it wasn't even because of the racial slurs. You could never even get into a game and actually play. Because the moment they heard your voice and you was black, they would kick you out. You got kicked off the team or you got kicked out of the lobby. Them white boys would kick you the fuck out. And that is a fact. All of his experiences. My brother, Keel Lancer experienced it. I experienced it. My dad experienced it. A lot of my friends experienced it. Even my Hispanic friends experienced that shit. It was brutal back then. You could never really get into an actual game. Because the moment you start fucking talking and shit like that, they say, oh, you're black? Oh, it's a black. They would say, it's a black. Oh, it's a black. And then they would kick you out of the fucking game and shit like that. So most of the time, you could never really get into a lobby and actually have fucking fun in the fucking game and shit like that. But then when you did have those moments where you was able to get in and shit like that, yes, we had to go through hearing the racial slurs and stuff like that, calling you nigga and stuff like that, and saying all these racist things. And over time, I didn't even get mad at it. All I did was talk shit back. And yo, like I said, me being a black person and stuff, there's a lot of things you can say towards white boys that would get them pissed off. Especially when it comes to penis sizes, when it comes to white women wanting to fuck black men and shit like that. There's like racist white boys. They are the most insecure motherfuckers you can ever run across. All you gotta do is just talk about your dick size, and all you gotta talk about is fucking other white women and shit like that, or white women wanting you because you're BBC, and that will shoot them. That will piss them the fuck off. They get so fucking insecure and shit like that. So that's why I really didn't have it. That's why to me, every time they threw those insults, all I do is throw insults back. Like I said, I told this one boy when he started calling me all kinds of niggas and stuff like that, I said, dude, I will breed out your whole entire bloodline. I will breed out your bloodline. Your mom wants me, your sister wants me, your aunt wants me. I will breed out your bloodline, bro. Like and that triggered him. Like that's the last thing he want to hear, that his mom or his sister or his girlfriend or his wife is getting plugged by a black dude. That's the last thing he wants to hear. And I would do that all the time. Yeah. So that's that. What's up, Lit? What's going on? So yeah, I told him. I said, dude, I will breed out your entire bloodline so you don't exist no more. Like. So as a black person, that's what I understand. Like, if you want to piss off a racist white boy, say some shit like that. They are so insecure when it comes to that shit. So insecure. That's why that shit never upsetted me or whatever like that. I just threw it right back at them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I dealt with the racial name calling and all this other stuff. And you gotta understand, back then, it was the Wild West back then. It was the Wild West of gaming, especially during that era or whatever like that. So there's a lot of bullshit that everybody had to experience during that time. But we're gonna move on. I said the moment that they hear my voice on the mic, it's a fucking black, and they literally boot me off their team or kick me off out of their lobby, or simply because I destroyed them in a match. And don't be a black person who's actually good at the fucking game. So as they're throwing racial slurs and I'm kicking their ass, they even more mad because now they can't even fuck with me in the game. They can't even fuck with me in the game. So that's what pissed them off even more. So to me, that's a victory to me. It said that the fact is that you have to resort to racial name calling, which it means that I got into your head. That I got into your head that bad that you had to go into racial slurs. Because I got into your head that bad. That's a victory to me. You call me racial names and stuff, that is a victory. Because now you have to resort to that, because now you're trying to get into you're trying to emotionally manipulate me. Which you realize you can't do because it doesn't hurt me. And the best way to get back at a racist is that don't let it get under your skin when they say racist shit to you. Because eventually they stop that shit. Because damn, he's not getting pissed off. And now he's starting to look like a fucking idiot in the room. Because now everybody like, yo, dog, dude, you a fucking clown. And I say this is because I had racist people used to come into my chat on live stream sometimes and would say racial things in the chat about me and shit like that. And I always tell you guys in the chat, do not feed these motherfuckers. Do not feed the trolls. And this one and like I said, this one racist person kept calling me all kinds of N-words and monkey, and kept saying all these racist things, you know? And the thing was, since I didn't reply to it, he came, and as I'm reading the chat, he said, GG. He said, yo, he said, I gotta give it to you. You got a lot of resistance and fortitude to actually ignore me. or whatever like that. And he was like, y'all have a good day. I want to go. He left because no one paid him no mind because he was trying to get a rise out of me. He kept saying racist shit because he wanted me to go on the stream and acknowledge him. These people have no life. These people have no life. When the moment you respond to these type of people, you made their day. You made them famous. Stop making these people famous. Ignore these people. Stop giving them what they want. These people are miserable. These people have no life at all. And the moment you give in, you buckle, and you start crying and shit, you go on Twitter and start talking about how traumatized you was, you made that person famous. You made that motherfucker popular. You made their day. They have no life. They have problems and shit like that. And the moment you acknowledge that, all it does is encourage them to do it more. It encourages them. Because now they know that they can control your emotions. Now they know they can get under your skin. Now they know they can push your buttons. So now all you did was invite these people back to your stream. You invite these people back to your sessions and stuff. Because now they know they can get a rise out of you. That's why I don't understand why people don't understand that. Stop giving these people that energy and shit like that. The moment you don't feed the trolls, you don't feed the racists and stuff, these motherfuckers go away. And matter of fact, everybody start to turn on them because no one is engaging with them. Because now they start to look like fucking idiots. They look like fucking idiots. But let's go on. Let me see. Yeah, so I said I got kicked out of lobbies and everything because I was black. But you don't hear me fucking crying about it. Play the game. Get good. Talk trash back. You can't and won't change the nature of online gaming. You either grow tough skin and accept the fact that there will be shitty/salty players online, or you can create your own safe space and cry closets for people like you who can't deal with trash talk and name calling. Any other way to stop this behavior is to make these corporations control our speech and monitor every player behavior, which will affect everyone, including yourself. And this is where we get into this territory. Because you got to understand, it's not only the government, but it's the corporations. And this is what people is not understanding what's going on here. See, the government wants to control everything. They want to control every aspect of our life. Now the thing is, the government can't outright, especially as Americans. You know, see, we have the right to bear arms and everything, and that's also to protect us from tyranny and all these other things. So the government can't come out and force. They can't force anything on us because we're Americans and everything like that. Because we'll fight the fuck back if something like that was to ever happen. So now, since we have the Constitution is pretty much solid. There's nothing they can do to penetrate it. So since they can't penetrate and they can't move the amendments and whatever like that, the next thing they can do, the only thing they can do is build shit around it, build loopholes around it. Since you can't penetrate the amendment, so what they do is they make laws, they make regulations and everything to try to control us, while at the same time it's somewhat not violating, you know, our amendments and our rights and stuff like that. So what happens is the best way to control us is make the people see. The government can't really do anything unless we give them permission to do shit to us. The best way to do it is to have the community, have people, and have its citizens cry and complain and go seek them for protection and security. See, they want us to freely give up our rights as human beings, or they want us to give our God-given rights to give to them and give up our civil liberties to them for the sake of security and protection. So when we get situations like this where we get all the crying and bitching and complaining, the government and these corporations want this, because then they will actually be able to implement what they want to implement to control us, but they mask it under the guise to protect us. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this? Because when it comes to this situation, a lot of people are asking for some type of form of controlling or trying to mitigate this trash talk or offensive language or offensive behavior. And as I said before, when you look in the comment sections, because this thing blew up, my notifications keep going off. I went up to almost about 1,000 new followers and everything. So now I'm at like 4,000 something followers now. And all you guys had, it was a great discussion, great debate. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of you guys who agree with me, but there's a lot of you who disagree with me, and that's totally fine. This is the type of community I want. I want a community that everybody can have discussion and actually talk to one another and throw out ideas and stuff like that. And when it comes to this, people want, like, people on the other side want some form of control in order to control our language and control our speech and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to stop trash talking or offensive trash talking, you would have to control everybody. You would have to create some type of parameter, which I talked about here in a second. I'll show you guys, and let me go find it. All right, so I was saying to everybody, so the people that disagree, I said to people, what are the solutions without corporation interference, like monitoring how we talk and everything. So I said right here, and I believe when it comes to trash talk and offensive language, while we starting to see more people getting so upset and in their feelings about offensive trash talk and stuff, and I also want to make this clear as well. I'm not condoning the behavior of shitty people. I'm not condoning it. I'm a realist. And what I mean by a realist, dog, I'm looking at the reality of shit. Because there's a lot of people in the comment section saying, well, how about people just not be a shithead? Well, guess what? That's just reality. People are going to be shitheads. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't tell an asshole to stop being an asshole. That's not going to happen. An asshole is going to be a fucking asshole. You can't tell a thief to stop being a thief. A thief is going to be a thief. No matter what you say to them, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. You can't stop them. And in fact, they're going to double down on it because you told them not to do it. So the problem is we have a lot of people in society right now living in this false reality. A lot of people, the reason why a lot of people can't cope with life, a lot of people is living their life. They're going through life, or they're going through the world in a way to where they're going through, how can I explain? I'm trying to get my words right. Yeah. They're going through life and seeing the world the way they believe it should be, instead of going and navigating through life the way the world actually is. These people are living in a separate reality. They want to live in a world that they think it should be. And the thing is, the reason why they can't cope with life, because they're saying to themselves, the world should be this way, and they can't take the fact that it's not. Because you have a lot of people that have the same answer. Well, people shouldn't be saying this, or people shouldn't be acting that way. But guess the fuck what? Sorry to burst your bubble. That's just the way people are. That's how humans are. People are going to be shitheads. That's just the reality of it. And you have to accept that. In order for you to get through this, you have to learn how to navigate it. How can you minimize it? How can you minimize these encounters? How can you get around these things? How do you approach these things? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying that people shouldn't be this way, or we need to get rid of it altogether. That's impossible. So we're going to continue with this conversation as I go down, and we're going to read this real quick. So it says, there is a reason why trash talk seems like to be a really big problem today. I could be wrong on this, but this is an observation of mine. And like I said, I'm not right about everything. I'm just talking from my perspective, and I'm talking through my observation and how I view things. So what I say is not gospel. I want to make that clear to people, because I think we go through society right now to where we're looking up at content creators, we're looking up at social media influencers, and we're looking at other people's as messiahs, or we're looking at people to give us answers and stuff like that. And I always encourage a lot of you guys to think for yourself. Even question me. I'm not perfect and stuff like that. Don't put me on a pedestal. I got some shitty takes too. You know what I'm saying? That you may not agree with. But what I'm saying is, stop looking up to people and have these people think for you. You need to think for yourself. Because right now, we have a lot of sheep, we have a lot of drones, we have a lot of NPCs who's looking for people to give them the answers. And that's the wrong way to approach all this. You still need to think for yourself. You know? Well, I'll always say this. Eat the meat and leave the bones. Consume this stuff, and when you digest it, get rid of the things that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? So, to move forward, today we have social media and Discord to meet different gamers and actually bond with players offline before stepping into the online arena with them. This means that people are forming friendships with randoms based on the communities they join on social media and Discord. And this is what I'm saying. Online gaming is so much different today compared to a long time ago. you have to understand, I grew up in the old era of online gaming on consoles to where all we had was forums. That's all we had was forums. But most of the time, most of our interactions with people for the very first time and the relationships that we built with people was through random encounters, which means we had to sniff through a lot of bullshit. We had to go through a lot of the toxicities in order to formulate a great, meaningful experience with other gamers and stuff. See, you guys are so spoiled. This generation is so spoiled. They swear that they've got it really, really, really bad, especially when it comes to the online gaming space or whatever like that. We didn't have the luxury of social media. We didn't have the luxury of Discord communities. See, this generation of gamers, you have social media, which means you can make friends and meet players online and get to know them personally. You get to fill out their personality, to find out if they're too toxic for you or whatever like that. And then you're able to form a friendship and a bond with these people way before you even play the game with them or whatever. Even Discord communities. Discord has changed gaming in general, especially with fighting games. A lot of old fighting games that no one plays no more are now revived because Discord communities have games specific to those games. And now you have communities. Now you're meeting players in Discord and getting to know them before you actually play with them and stuff like that. These gamers are so spoiled and don't realize how good they got it compared to how I had it or whatever like that. So now you're able to pick and choose your gaming experience more today than I was able to pick and choose my gaming experience today. You get what I'm saying? So to move on. See, more players are playing with people they know rather than a random stranger online who they just met in a heated session. There are more controlled environments in which players are socializing and playing in. This also minimizes the toxicity within the space and players become used to the routine play session. Think about it. And even I do it. I don't really play online with random strangers. I got so many friends. I got my own community, YouTube community. I got my own Discord community. So most of my online gaming is not even with randoms no more. It's only with people I play with and know. Like, I got friends online that I play with. So now I don't have to deal with any of the random players or the random toxicity or whatever when I can just play with you guys and I'm having a good damn time. So I'm even playing in a controlled environment. Gamers today are playing in more controlled environments more than ever before. We didn't have controlled environments growing up, going through the original Xbox Live and all into the PS3 era of online gaming. We didn't have those controlled environments. It was the fucking Wild West. We were all packed in like sardines together, trying to figure this shit out together. And like I said, we had to sniff through the bullshit all together so that you guys, this generation, can experience the gaming that you're experiencing now online. You get what I'm saying? So, this is what I said. I said, I think the problem is when players step out of their controlled environment with their friends and community members is where the issue comes into the mix. They aren't used to randoms disrespecting the social rules that their friends and communities play within their space. And that's what's going on. And that's true of social media in general. Social media allow us to create our own echo chambers. And that's what's going on. Like, for instance, if you're a female, especially, like, and I've seen this before, especially on Facebook. See, what happens is there's a lot of females that I know on Facebook, right, who would post things for validation. And she create an echo chamber to where all she get is compliments all day. All she gets is people telling her how awesome she is or whatever like that. So then, if she makes a post that makes her look like a bitch or that makes her look like a toxic person, when somebody goes into that stratosphere, that echo chamber that she created, and they call her out on it, the first thing she thinks is that this person is being a toxic male, or that this person is being an incel, or that this person is oppressing her. It's because she's not used to any opposition, because her old echo chamber appeases her. So then what happens is her echo chamber attacks that person who is calling her out, because her echo chamber are people who agrees with her. And even though that the person who comes in sees the bullshit and calls it out, he or she is going to get attacked by her echo chamber, and then she blocks people who disagrees with her. So now she's walking around in this delusional reality of hers, and what it does is it fucks her up. And I'm not just talking about females in general, I'm talking about people in general what social media has done. When you create this echo chamber, it creates this false sense of reality on the internet. And what happens is you think that's what the real world is, and then you take that false sense of reality that you built from that echo chamber, and you go out into the real world, and you get fucking destroyed. You get fucking disappointment. You receive a culture shock, because you like, wait a minute. On social media, people told me how awesome I was, how incredible I was for just existing, just for being a woman, just for having a vagina. I was always being told how incredible I was and everything. But now I'm getting out here, I'm being treated totally different, and people are treating you treating you for who you actually are. If you're a problematic person, people are gonna call it out and point that out to you and shit like that. But you don't think you're problematic because people in your echo chamber don't think you're problematic, or is constantly validating you and shit like that. So that's what's going on here in the gaming space, where you have a controlled environment of gamers that you create in communities where you don't have that super toxicity, offensive talking and language and stuff. The moment you step out of that space and go into what the actual online gaming is with millions of players, you're going to run across toxicity and offensive trash talk. You're going to run into it. And then they get a shock, like, what the hell is this? They start crying, they start complaining. This is not right. Why are people acting like this? Because you're so used to being in your own fucking bubble when it's not like that. When in actuality, online gaming has always been this way. But I would also say this. Online gaming is not as bad it was today compared to what it was a long time ago. So it's obviously that there are the tools that's already in place, blocking, reporting, muting, and all these other tools that's in place actually works, because the toxicity is nothing today compared to what it was a long time ago. Things has certainly changed. So yes, it did improve over time. It did improve over time, but now you as gamers has options to choose your online gaming experience. You do. So hold on, I'm gonna read this. Oh, what's up, Hypnotic? What's up? What's up? What's up? I didn't let me say what's up to everybody. Like, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on, but if I don't get my thoughts out because I'm talking to everybody, then I'm gonna forget everything. What's up, Landon? What's up, guys? Let me go through this stuff. Let me see. We got censorship too. What's going on? My first online game was Maple Story. Mute button been around for a while. What's up, Savage Raccoon? What's up? Mugler just write a book already. I will eventually. I do want to do a memoir of my life eventually and stuff. I do want to write a book about a book at some point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, echo chambers, man. Echo chambers are bad, man. And social media allow us to create our own echo chambers. So anytime this generation are not used to people disagreeing with them, or they're not used to opposition. So now that we have these fucking oppositions and everything, that people are losing their fucking mind. They see it as an attack on them, or they see it as them being oppressed because they're not used to opposition and shit like that. People today, even today, talking to a person in person, they're afraid of having any type of confrontation. They would rather like you ever see a person that would talk shit online, but then when you see them on person, they don't all that shit go out the window. They're a totally different person online, because that's how it is. You're safe when you're on the internet. You're allowed, even victimhood. You can be a victim for everything nowadays. You can be a victim for everything, anything and everything nowadays. And the thing about social media today, you can now monetize your victimhood. And since now you can monetize your victimhood, you can become a victim of anything. Everything can be problematic. There's money in like calling out problematic things or being a victim now. There's more incentive to being a victim. There's more incentives. You can get rich for being a victim now. There's so many things you can do. And if you're a woman, you can definitely become rich off of being a victim. It's so much easy to be a woman and be a victim. It's so easy. You get so much attention, validation, and you get paid by doing it, because everybody gives a fuck. And this is what I keep. This is the big difference between men and women. And I'm gonna when it comes to like to the online space, and we'll get to that in a second. So we move down. You have to remember the Xbox 360 and the PS3 era of online gaming. It was far brutal back then compared to today. It also means that the tools like mute, block, and report and other measures does work to some extent because online gaming is not as toxic as it was a long time ago. Back then, we had forums, but most of our friendships were made through first encounters during random lobbies. We had to sniff through the bullshit in order to find meaningful experience with other players. So, with that being said, my last post about this really had people going at each other's throats. Those who want something to be done about it, about offensive trash talking, what are your solutions? Because like I said, everybody who had a problem with what I said, none of them was providing any kind of solution. None of them was. All they kept saying is that, well, people should not be an asshole. But that's not going to happen. That's not reality. So what solutions do you have that we can go about this? So that's what I said. What are your solutions? I am curious. How can it be achieved without corporations invading our privacy by monitoring everything we say or do? If you think for a moment that they are only monitoring toxicity, then I can certainly sell you a bridge. And this is what I'm talking about. The invasion of privacy. This is not this is going to affect everybody, including victims. Because corporations want to invade our privacy. They want to know everything that we're doing. You truly think that they're going to just monitor us for toxicity and toxic behavior? No. They're going to monitor every conversation, even down to the personal conversations. They are going to fucking monitor you. And if you think that's not the case, then I can sell you fucking anything. I can sell you a bridge. I can sell you snow if you live in Alaska. I can sell you sand if you live in a fucking desert. But we're going to move on. And I said, don't give me people need not to be racist, assholes, etc. Because telling an asshole to stop being an asshole is not going to change them. That's not the reality of life. How can you control offensive trash talk? Who determines what is offensive? And that's the problem. When it comes to trash talk, offensive trash talk, how do we quantify that? How do we control it? And how do we determine what's offensive and what's not offensive? And we're going to continue right here. We do know that racial slurs is the marker for offensive language, but what about other matters? Offensive speak is subjective. What you may not find offensive may be offensive to someone else. So how do we measure that? That's a serious question. How do we measure that? Because we have so many fucking sensitive ass people who live in a world or a house full of fucking tissue that there's a lot of people who take the simplest shit and get offended by it. So how do we monitor? Because people is going to request, okay, well, you made that, well, you protecting these people from offensive language. Well, I find this offensive. I want you to do something about this. This is a slippery slope that we're going down. And this is what the corporations want, and this is what the government want. They want to impede on us. They want to control our speech and our language. Because if they control our speech and language, that also means that we can't speak out on the dictatorship and the Marxism and the fascism that's creeping up on us and stuff like that. We wouldn't be allowed to speak out on it and stuff. So, I said, because this will affect everyone, including victims. Because you may be a victim today, but you may be a perpetrator tomorrow. And that's what I'm talking about. See, this is why it affects victims as well. Because you may be a victim of offensive language. But if they start controlling offensive language, your language may be considered offensive. And now you may become the perpetrator. This is why I'm saying that this is a slippery slope that we're going down. And remember what I say. You may be a victim today, but you may be a victim today, but you will definitely be a perpetrator tomorrow. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to enforce or try to push some type of speech control or anything like that. So that's what I said. Because this will affect everyone, including victims. You have to remember, assholes won't follow the rules regardless. Just because you implement these measures doesn't mean toxic people will abide by them. All they would do is switch up their behavior and approach their toxicity a different way. Hell, they would begin to make coded language that can't be determined if it's offensive or not. Now, we are stuck with the problem. But the only difference is everyone is being monitored and toxic players are still playing outside the strict rules that the players demanded in order to stop them. This is what I'm talking about. It's the same thing with gun restriction. Everybody think we should ban guns, which is a stupid fucking idea. What we need to do is teach people how to handle guns and the importance of gun safety and all these other things. We do have gun checks, safety checks, and we do have gun laws already in play. We don't need any more restrictions. But the problem is criminals, outlaws that have guns, they ain't going to follow the gun ban. They're not going to follow it. So while we give our guns up, the criminals are not going to give their guns up. Now you made it easier for them to rob us, kill us, home invade. You made it easier for them because they're not going to abide by the rules. They're not going to abide by the laws. All it's going to do is affect law-abiding citizens who follow the law, who actually use their guns responsibly and things like that. So now they're affected by it. Now they can't defend their families and everything. And it's also easier for a dictatorship because now the government, our law enforcement, they're the only ones with guns. Now they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to us and we can't even fight them back. So think about it for a second. So it's the same thing with online gaming. If you start demanding that they start criminalizing language or controlling language and stuff like that, the only person that's going to be controlled are the people who actually follow the rules and stuff like that. So now even our speech is limited because now we all going to be walking on eggshells because now I'm not sure what's offensive because anything could be offensive to anybody. But the assholes and the toxic people, they're not going to give a fuck. They're still going to be toxic. They're still going to play around like they always been playing around. So we're the only ones that's going to get affected by it. So the real victims who are actually victims, you're going to be affected too. So be careful what you're asking for. He said we need to ban gun guys. Why the government got a boot on their neck? I think most people who argue against censorship say deal with toxicity or mute people. Even when I was a blue voter, I never wanted to take people's guns, people's chances. Look at the UK and Europe, it's a gun free. Yeah, heck, they probably try to ban criticizing their games. Yes, exactly. They'll even like Lit said something else also. Yeah, they'll probably try to start ban criticizing their games. These if you give these corporations or the government an inch, they would take a fucking mile. This is fucking dangerous. Because if they start controlling speech, they'll control every other thing in our lives. They will control it. Why are you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Why do you, think for a second. People are so much in their fucking feelings and this generation is so fucking soft. I've never seen anything like it. And it's not me trying to be a tough guy. I grew up in a much hardened world. And this is why this is why things bounce off me and shit like that. I'm able to cope with life. There's a lot of you motherfuckers out there who can't cope with life because you went through this new generation of participation trophies. Everybody get a fucking participation trophy. Even when you lose, you get a trophy. That's the wrong way to raise up a generation of people. So this is why this generation can't handle shit because everything was just handed to them. Everything was just given to them, and everybody's getting this soft talk and not giving what reality actually is. The real world is fucking cruel. And we have to teach our young and let our young know how the world actually is. Stop trying to give them this false fucking reality and shit. Because all it does is does damage to them in the future and they wouldn't know how to cope with life. It would make them depressed. It would make them suicidal and everything because they don't know how to cope with it because they've been told this utopia or this idealized world. And then when they get out there, and since they've been taught this idealized world, they go out there thinking the world is that idealized world, and when they get out there, it's not, and then they can't cope with it. Now they wanted to self-delete themselves. They want to do all kinds of stuff. They go through this depression and everything. It's because they was told a lie. They were bamboozled. They were tricked. They were lied to, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to lie to all of us. So rather you understand how cruel it is, they have a mental breakdown. Yeah. So the people that have higher social status can take advantage over people in abusive system because of their social status. YouTube is a prime example of this. Exactly, Landon. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's why I look at geopolitics every day. Not because I want to annoy people by talking about it, because I want people to see the reality, what reality looks like, and want to stay in that reality. Yes, I grew up with my mother and father. My mother and father taught me the harsh reality is a thing, especially if fathers. That's a father's job too. That's why fathers are important. Real fathers, fathers that's actually in your life. When fathers teach their children the harsh reality. See, women and mothers, they nurture their children. You know, they tell them that everything's okay. That's why we need a mother and father. Mothers and fathers balance us. They give us that balance that we need. But mothers, they're more so there at the younger years of a child's life. But the father, he comes in when the child begins to hit that puberty stage and that teenage to young adult stage. That's when the father really starts to take control, because he starts to prepare, especially when he has a son. He starts to prepare their child for what the real world actually is. He equips them with the tools how to deal with society in the real world. That's why fathers are fucking important. A lot of this is fatherless. A lot of this behavior and way of thinking is fatherless behavior. It is. A lot of it is fatherless behavior. And the sad part about it is, then you also have the beta fathers. The father who has no backbone, and his wife or his baby mom controls everything, where he's not a man. So his son, his daughter sees how his mom treats him. So she thinks and he thinks that's how a man is supposed to be, because he has no control over his family. He has no control over his life. He has no type of authority over his wife or his children. His wife walks all over him, talks down to him. And this dude, she just clipped his nuts, opened the drawer, and just tucked his nuts away and stuff like that. Those type of fathers does more damage than anything than an absent father, because you're in his life. You're in your children's life, and you just a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, you also got these bitch ass dads too, who has no spine, no fucking backbone, as well, and that's even damaging to a lot of families. And this is why our country, especially the West, is going to fucking shit. So let's see. Can't determine now. So that was with that. That's what we talked about when it comes to the whole internet situation. And then what makes it funny is I started getting a lot of replies, and I started retweeting certain things about this entire situation or whatever. So let me find one of them. So this person, Mutation D, said, retweeted my post and says, "This is what Stockholm Syndrome looks like. You're a victim." This guy wants me to be a victim. He called me a victim. He said me dealing with the hardship of online gaming and saying press the mute button and saying talk trash back is saying that I accept this, that I'm a victim, that this is Stockholm Syndrome that I'm spewing out. Are you fucking kidding me? This dude diagnosed me with Stockholm syndrome over a fucking online game, over online gaming. Like, these people are taking this that serious. Online gaming, he diagnosed me with Stockholm Syndrome. And he said that, no, dog, you're actually a victim. He wants me to be a victim. I'm not a fucking victim. Because guess what I said? Another thing, all that bullshit online stuff that I dealt with online, the moment I turn my game off, I forget all about it. I go straight to my bed, go to sleep, or I go around, play, like chill with my brothers, chill with my family. It's not a big fucking deal. It's just rinse and repeat. You just dealt with bullshit online. You got into an online argument and trash talk, and then that was it. And then you go online, rinse and repeat. It does the same thing. But he diagnosed me with Stockholm Syndrome and told me that I was a victim. How am I a victim? When I'm trash talking back and standing up for myself. And this is what the problem is. You're standing up for yourself. And there's a lot of gamers who say, yo, like, because I learned how to trash talk, it taught me how to go to school and learn how to stand up for myself. It's like you want people to be weak and not stand up for themselves. Stand up for yourself. Learn how to stand up for yourself. There's a lot of you guys expecting others to come together and stand up for you. You gotta understand, you come through this world alone and you die in this world alone. You come through your mother's womb by yourself. And when you die and you get laid in that casket, you go in that casket by yourself. So you have to learn how to also stand on your own 2 feet. You shouldn't expect people. It'll be nice. And like I said, I'm talking about reality. Let's talk about, this is what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the reality of life. You can't expect people to have your back. You can't. That's not how life works. It will be nice, but that's not reality. Yes, there are people out there that's willing to help. help you with whatever problem. But at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. You have to learn how to deal with yourself. You have to learn how to cope with yourself, and you have to learn how to fucking have a backbone, grow tough skin, and stand up for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why people is trying to turn what I say, something like that, standing up for yourself, as a fucking problem. Like I feel like I'm living in a fucking Twilight Zone here. I like that's what's getting me right now. Because years ago, this wouldn't even be up for the debate. A long time ago, there's a lot of people who would stand up for themselves. Now today, you telling people that like it's okay to be a victim. That it's okay. There's nothing wrong. Just be a victim. Allow people to walk all over you. Allow people to say whatever the fuck they want to say to you. It's okay. You can be a victim. That is like some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. And the fact that I'm telling people to speak up for themselves, grow a backbone, grow tough skin, and learn how to defend yourself, something is wrong with me? I swear to God, like I must be living in a different timeline. This must be a multiverse. I must step into a multiverse where everything is fucked up. That's what it feels like to me. That's what exactly feels like to me. It's okay for a man to be a woman and a woman to be a man. Everything that's going on right now, it doesn't feel real to me right now. It just feels like I'm in a dream or a nightmare that I can't seem to get the fuck up out of. It feels like I'm just plugged into the Matrix, and I can't unplug and shit. That's how fucking crazy this is. Oh yeah, I love the 20s zone. What's up, Solo? What's going on? No, Comic Storian passed away. No. No, bro. Hold up. No way. No way. Poyo, are you telling the truth?
It's on Reddit.
What? Oh my God. Well, hold up. Comic Storian?
He made I seen a video.
He just did. He died from an unfortunate accident. To his loved ones, he was one of the best, most important. His world. Oh my God. He died in an accident. What accident was it? Oh my God. My condolences. Yo, I love the Comic Storian. He made comic book reading so fucking fun and shit like that. Oh my God, man. Like my heart goes out to his family, man. That's crazy, man. Like, this world is so fucked up, man. I don't know what accident it was, but I like later on when I get off, I'll find out what's going on. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. This shit like this, man. Shit like this, dog. Like, you gotta learn how to appreciate life, man. Life is too short. Like, this is another important message, man. Let me take this headphones off. This is another thing I want to talk about. Life is too short to be pissed off all the time. Life is too short to be a victim all the time. Life is too short, man. Like, tomorrow is never promised to you. This is why you need to appreciate life and make the best out of life, man. You gotta make the best out of life, because tomorrow is never promised to you. Tomorrow is never promised to you. You can go to sleep right now and never wake the fuck up and just die in your sleep. Like you're not promised a tomorrow. That's why you gotta make every shit count. You gotta make every shit count. Leave a footprint on society. Leave a footprint in people's lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit around all day sitting on your ass doing nothing. Do something. Make something of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like that's why with this whole culture war thing and everything. That's why, like I said before, if you guys don't know, like, I've been switching up my content and stuff. I've been switching up my content, and I've been hit like the algorithm has been fucking me over. A lot of you guys haven't been getting a lot of my videos now. My views have been dipping really, really low because like this whole culture war thing. Like I said before, like I don't want to talk about that all the time. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's a lot of other things you can talk about and have fun. I love to talk about video games. I love to talk about a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? This culture war stuff is tiresome at times. You know what I'm saying? It's depressing. And there's people out there that talks about this shit all day. You know what I'm saying? You got people that talks about racism all day, that talks about sexism all day. You got people that on that side that talks about this stuff. But then you got people that's on this side that always talk about is woke this, woke that, woke this, woke that. They're just as bad. And I also try my best to stay away from people like that. People who always want to have a discussion and just talk about wokeness all day. That shit gets annoying after a while. The shit gets depressing after a while. Because I'm pretty sure in life there's something that you can find, especially in gaming, that you can actually fucking enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I will still cover a lot of culture war stuff because this stuff needs to be addressed. Things need to be talked about and stuff. But I don't make this is not that kind of channel. You know what I'm saying? I still want to talk about a variety of different things. And I'm not going to sit there and stranglehold myself into a culture war YouTuber. I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber. I want to talk about a lot of other things. And because I'm talking about a lot of other things, my channel is really getting hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? And the view counts and everything. And I don't care. I really don't care at all. And the thing is, it seems like that most people only return is when I'm shitting on stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep shit on stuff every 5 minutes. There's something for everybody, for something that you can enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you're not promised tomorrow. So why are you going through your whole life miserable and upset and depressed and victimizing yourself every 5 fucking minutes about shit when you could be out there having fun and you're enjoying yourself and making something of your fucking life? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of years, just transforming and evolving my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through a metamorphosis when it comes to me as a person and in my life, the things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life as well. So, yeah, man, like Comedy Story and Death, man, it still, that wakes me up, man. It shows that, man, your life ain't shit. Like death comes for all of us. Death comes for everybody. Death do not discriminate. That's why you need to appreciate your life. You gotta appreciate your life, man. Do something. So yes, that's why I check the culture war channels. I don't make the habit out of it. Yeah, like I stopped watching. That's another reason why I stopped watching YouTube. Everything, the meta now is culture war. The meta now that I stopped. I used to watch culture war channels, but after a while, it's the same shit over and over again. The same thumbnails. It's the rinse and repeat of the same topics over and over again. I got so bored of it. And that's why, like, even outside of culture war stuff, YouTube is not as unique. Everything is being sensationalized. For like you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, everybody's sensationalizing everything, and that's the meta for YouTube and social media and stuff like that. So I checked out of YouTube. I only, like, most of the time I check a game trailer here or there, but most of the time I'll just log in and check my channel, and that's about it. And go and log off, and then work on some new YouTube content. And also work on, like I said, I'm a 3D hentai animator. I got my own 3D hentai community, and just work on 3D hentai stuff and work on my comic book company. Those things keep me occupied. Go out to the gym, go out for a walk, and stuff like that. Those things keep me occupied. Soon I get off the internet, I'm doing other things. I don't got time to be consumed by this culture war shit. And I'd say the same thing to you guys. Unplug that shit, man. You gotta unplug off of social media and get out and get some fresh fucking air. Don't sit in the house all day. And I'm saying this to myself too. Go out. And that's the problem. No one is interacting with each other no more. Everybody's sitting on their fucking mobile devices all day and glued to social media. No one is really making any physical contact with one another. No one. Everybody's sitting in their own bubble, got their own echo chambers, and everybody's speaking past each other and everything. And everybody's so sensitive because of these echo chambers. Because all they are used to is hearing things that agree with them. They're not used to hearing different point of views, and they're not used to hearing people that's of opposition of your points. So then they see it as bullying, they see it as oppressive, and all these other things, and that's the problem. And yes, there are toxic people. I want to keep repeating this because it seems like there's people out there that forgets the message. I'm not condoning bad behavior. I'm just pointing out the reality of things. And yes, I think something. If somebody, like, when it comes to like online harassment, if a person is harassing you, I mean personally, like doxing you, they got your email address. You know, they're following you into every lobby and they're targeting you specifically. Yes, something needs to be done about it if they're targeting you specifically. But when it comes to offensive language and stuff like that, like we shouldn't want to like do like a major police where we trying to censor or trying to control what people say and stuff like that. Especially when there's tools to minimize that for you, to make your experience better and stuff. But yes, if you're being targeted specifically, where this person is actually following you to different lobbies, they found your email address, they coming in, keep threatening you through your personal DMs, yes, something needs to be done about that. And that's why you need to report things like that. I'm not condoning that kind of behavior and stuff. So I don't want people to get that mixed up that I'm just a proponent for just fuckery and shit like that. No, like I'm not or whatever. But I'm also pointing out the reality of this shit, that there's things that can be avoided by reducing the probability of that stuff of happening by using the tools that's already available, or create a community where you don't have to deal with that. Like I said, online gamers today got it so good today because you have so many options to make the experience that you want. Create the experience that you want. There's so many things you can do. Create your own community. There's nothing wrong with that. Create your own community. Invite people that you want to invite to establish the community that you want. So there's things that can be done about it. But then you have some people who wants to be a victim, who ignore the options and then put themselves in these situations so they can monetize it. So they can go on social media, get all these clicks, get all these hits, and everything. Oh, what's up, Fear That? Online at least anytime. Anyone to review your racist, manga, Nazi and stuff. She's alright, thank goodness. Gotta be. Okay. So yeah, that's just crazy. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about I got some goodies that I bought as far as comics are concerned from the Brooklyn Comic Con. Oh man, guys, like I said, my comic book company, Venus Orion Comics, like I said, you see the posters back here. This is just unofficial posters, because like I said, once these series come out, they will have the official posters. These are just posters from me or whatever like that. But I noticed that a lot of you guys say you would like to buy these posters, so I'm going to, when the campaign does come, I will have a limited stock of these posters, because like I said, these posters are the unofficial posters. These posters are just for me, you know, but a lot of you guys want to be able to purchase these, so these are going to be limited stock, which means these are special. You'll never be able to get those again when the time comes or whatever like that. You'll be able to get these posters. But anyway, I went to the Brooklyn Comic Con, and I ended up running across a lot of indie comic creators and stuff, and I bought some of their comics to show some support, and they gave me some good advice, some good pointers and stuff like that. Now that I'm actually an independent comic book creator and writer and stuff like that, and who has his own comic book company and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So I wanted to show off a lot of the comics that I have bought here that really got me super excited, and there was a lot of black independent comic creators, which was really, really dope. So I got a chance to talk with a lot of them and to show them brothers, show them sisters some support. I definitely did that one to give them a try to see what they got. You know what I'm saying? So so where I'm gonna start? Oh yeah. And some of you guys may not even be familiar with any of this stuff. Start with this first. From Williams Burnham, the Tuskegee Heirs. This is from a black independent comic book creator. And now, remind you, I seen advertisements for this like 7 years ago, I think. He been around for him and his homeboy, who also creates comics too, has been around for a very long time. And these dudes make money. And the thing is, this comic book is based off of the Tuskegee Airmen, you know, the first black air pilots back in the day. And you gotta understand, like black air pilots was treated like shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Especially back then, especially with the Tuskegee experiment and the experiments and the ejections that black pilots had to experience and go through and stuff. So they based it off of this, but they gave it an anime twist. Like they got mechs. Their planes turn into mechs. They got abilities and stuff like that. And I love the artwork and the art design with this. And these are black characters and stuff. And people love the book. And they said these are great characters and stuff like that. So I can't wait to actually get into the first issue. I'm gonna be reading that this week and stuff. It said Mugen, you wouldn't want to make an indie game based on your comics? Yeah, that's the whole point. Poop. The whole point is my comic book company. I'm gonna from there. The next phase is start an indie game studio. These characters are going to be in fighting games, RPGs, everything. I'm not playing around. And then I want to get into animation studio where now my shit is anime. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm getting into all that. But yeah, I bought the first issue, man. Let me tell you something, guys. His artwork is so awesome, and he had this thick binder full of different artwork and stuff like that, and it's amazing. So what happened was he had 4 issues out, right? All the covers are beautiful, but cover 4 was so beautiful. I was like, damn, I want to get cover 4, but that means I would have to buy all of the issues just to get to that cover. So he was like, no, don't worry about it, brother. Just get issue 1, and I will print out the cover as a poster. And oh my God, bro, this is beautiful, man. Here's the poster for the cover. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful black women, too. Beautiful. Beautiful. This art style is fucking gorgeous, man. And this is from issue 4. So I'm gonna finish issue 1, and also I got issue 2 as well. Beautiful artwork. I love this art style. I love this art direction, man. So I had to get this poster. I just had to get this poster. It's fucking dope, man. Fucking dope. And like I said, the Tuskegee is called the Tuskegee Heirs. Flames of Destiny by William Burden and Schultz. Really, really good. So yeah, I can't wait to get and delve into this. I already talked about it, Landon. The whole Terry thing. I'll make a video about it. Right now, I'm talking about all the stuff right now that I got at the Brooklyn Comic Con. And yeah, and here's issue 2, right here, of the Tuskegee Heirs. And I'm super excited. I can't wait to get into reading this, man. I got a brand new hobby. Ever since I became a comic book indie comic creator, now I got a new hobby, and I got the autograph too, or whatever. And then the story of Solace, another black creator and everything like that. I love this cover and everything. So I'm definitely going to get into this book, and I'm going to also do some reviews too. I'm going to do some reviews of these of books, of indie books that I read and everything like that, and to let you know how I feel about it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a good fucking time this week with a lot of the stuff that I have bought and everything. And then so then it's from indie comics from this white creators. We have Omega 20 was it? Yeah, Project Neosis at $20 for all 3. I went to his booth, went to their table, and it's called Project Noasis. I can't wait to even get into this. And he gave me the deal. I bought 2, and he just gave me and then he's like, look, just for $2, I'll throw in the one shot for the villain. He was throwing it in for $2, over like that. And I can't wait to dig into these comics as well. And he has his own shared universe for this as well. So once I get a chance to read through this or whatever like that, I'm definitely going to do a review on it. And even the back of the books are also pretty dope. That is fucking dope. So I'm definitely could get into this. I wish I could say I'm entering into evil one, but a real life heir ruined by himself. So not gonna lie, every time I think about comic conventions, I picture nothing but Deadpool, Spider-Man, Harley Quinn. So it looks like Spawn. And then Now right here, from another black comic book creator. Now this guy, right here, from Rob Taylor. He used to do artwork for DC Comics and Todd McFarlane. Rob Taylor. So he has his own shared universe. Black independent creator, comic book artist and writer, Nightjack. So this is kind of like his Batman / Daredevil character, in his universe that he has going on and stuff like that. And I talked with him and everything. He gave me some pointers. He gave me some advice and stuff like that. And I keep saying that it's a perfect time to be independent in anything. It don't have to be just be comics. It can be video games. It can be anything. It's the best time because a lot of these corporations are fucking up. Marvel and DC are fucking up. AAA studios are fucking up when it comes to video games and stuff. So right now is the best time to jump in as an independent creator to be able to create some experiences that people actually fucking want. So yeah, this is Nightjack. And then we also got Power Miss Fearson right here. So I'm gonna definitely, I can't wait to actually read this to see what this is all about and everything. Like I was just showing support to everybody, man. I was just grabbing books and everything, just try to support as many independent comic creators as I possibly can, and actually read this stuff, man, and embrace this community. And his last one's called Jet Black. This is like his Flash series as well. So I'm definitely going to actually really get into this and break this all down, man. Like damn, I got so many fucking books. It's not even funny, and I'm always going to keep plugging this one in as well. As I said before, Common America. I got the special edition or whatever. Definitely a great book. I gotta get the next volume because I've been buying so many other books. I haven't got around to getting the other volumes yet, which I'm going to pick up sometime this summer. And then of course volume 1 from Tyler Carpenter, The Girl with the Mega Fist, volume 1. Love the hell out of this damn volume, and it left on a cliffhanger, and I gotta continue all the way through. Really good stuff. But that's pretty much all the pickups that I did get and everything. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I was like, he said, yeah, I have interest in fan fiction, but I feel need to take some English classes to have vest vocabulary. Oh, I understand. Yeah, draw and talk. Yup. I've been talking with I just watched Vera Dog video. She compared the real life user and while not bad, CD Crystal Dining is still engaged in that more prominent jawline. I think. Okay, I got you. He said use ChatGPT to write your stories. Nah, like I'm good. I can't do all like I don't need the AI to do all that for me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stories to tell. Like I got years of story up here. I got years of story to tell in my head right now. Years. I mean years of it to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's what got me really excited about all this. You know what I'm saying? She look like Roll from Mega Man. Yeah, man. Oh, what's up, Street Rebel? Yeah, so I really I can't wait for this, man. I can't wait to launch this, man. I got so many things, man. You don't understand the stuff that I'm working on, and I can't wait to show off. But like I said, it takes time to put it all together. Like I said, the book is done. I'm waiting for the comic. I'm waiting for the company to ship me the test copy of my book to make sure that everything is just right and everything like that. But the book is done, and like I said, I'm now putting together the presentation and everything. So October is the latest that this presentation is going to start up. Like that's going to boot up, and like I said, it's going to be, I'm going to have a website, I'm going to have a Patreon, and everything else is going to launch all around on that day. And I'm going to have a launch stream, so you guys can be able to come to the stream. We'll talk about it. If you got questions, I answer some questions. You can go pre-order the book along with the many other like goodies that you can get along with your order and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm also waiting for my Yaira. They just I got an email from the Ripperverse this morning, so they told me they just shipped out Yaira to me, or whatever like that. So yeah, so I'll be getting Yaira. So any updates on your 3D animations? Anything in pre-production? Good question, Matt. Good question. As far as my 3D hentai animations, I finished all my animations for the summer. I finished it. So how this works is my animations, my newer animations always release first on my Patreon and my loyal fans first, a month first, and then my clip stores and of course my website gets that a month later. So the Patreon is always a month ahead when it comes to newer content and everything. And also on my Patreon, you get loops, based on the tiers and stuff. Sometimes I do some hentai, 3D hentai comics for you guys in the tiers and stuff. I'm eventually gonna go into VR with my content, so you'll be able to experience a lot of my 3D hentai beauties in VR. But as far as the fall releases is concerned, which I haven't started yet because I gotta get the voice actresses involved. I got two. Let me see. I want to make sure I got it right. All right, so I know. September, I have a series coming. I have episode 3 is a hentai called Sindel Heights. It's like a soap opera. It's an hour long. It's like 40 minutes to an hour long of straight hentai stuff. It's like it's a story. It's like it has character backstories and stuff like that. So it's not just all sex and stuff. It's actual storytelling and stuff that leads into a lot of sex scenes and stuff like that. So Sindel Heights episode 3 comes out in September. So that's gonna be like an hour long. It has voice acting in it. I think it's gonna have I think I hired like 16 voice actors. I'm hired or whatever. That's gonna be an hour long. You'll be able to. That's gonna be on Patreon, and my hour long videos is always in the $50 tier. Also too in the $50 tier, those who are in the $50 tier, also if you request, I will also make you into an avatar that will appear in my stories and also in loops, so you could be able to see your character fuck my girls, my chicks and stuff like that. So even if you're a lady, and you're a fan and you in the $50 tier, if you want to be an avatar, because I'm an avatar in my stuff too, or whatever. So if you want to be an avatar or whatever like that, if you're in the $50 tier, you can be made into an avatar, so you'll fit into my stories, your characters and stuff like that. Or when I release loops, your characters will be getting it in with a lot of my ladies and stuff. So yeah, that's September. I'm doing Sindel Heights episode 3. And then in October, the next one is I Want Peach. That is a Fuda/female video. It's called I Want Peach. It's a remake. Because back in the day, I made a popular video called I Want Peach, where Zelda, she had been cursed by the what's those witches called? The what you call them, sisters. What's the name of those witches? I can't remember their fucking name in Zelda. I can't remember. Zelda been cursed, and she was cursed with a dick, or whatever like that. So she goes to Princess Peach, and because Princess Peach has like a formula or some shit like that I came up with to try to help get rid of it or cure her or whatever like that. But it ended up getting a little spicy. So next thing you know, Zelda and Peach are getting naughty with each other and stuff. So I'm remaking that. Because back then when I made it, there was no voice acting, and I was like really amateur back then, but it was very popular and made a lot of money back then. So a lot of people love it. So people wanted to see a return of it, so I'm doing a remake. And now with newer visuals, the story, like newer stories, added newer story bits and stuff, and it's gonna have voice acting. Yeah. So that. Yeah. And then November. What was November? I had my November movie, because I have all this planned in my head. I think the Aquarian it was Ferris Fantasy, Chapter 3, the Aquarian Queen. Ferris Fantasy is my like fantasy hentai stories. Where it has like elves and orcs and heroes with paladins and stuff like that. So Ferris Fantasy Chapter 3, the awakening hero, he wakes up because the demon Namora, she wakes up. She's a demon Fuda, and she's about to wreak havoc on the kingdom of Ferris and stuff. So the hero has awakened, and stuff like that. And he has to regain all his powers. So this girl, this witch, this elf witch, or sorcerer or mage, you want to call her, she's like his caretaker. She wakes him up, and now she has to take him to the different queens so he can get power. So you know how he gets his powers. He can let the fuck him and stuff like that. So chapter 3 is that. So he's going to the water temple, and he's going to meet the Aquarian queen. She's like this water elf. I mean, she's tall as shit. Her eyes glow up. Very beautiful face, and her body's all wet. She's blue. She got the elf ears. Like, of course, my stuff is foot fetish centered, so there's a lot of foot fetish stuff. So you know there's gonna be a lot of foot jobs going on with that. She's barefoot and everything like that, and she's in the water. And Serena's gonna take him there. Then he has to step into the water, and she's going to appear. She's going to appear in front of him, and she's going to talk with him and stuff. And then she has to give her power to him and stuff like that. And she's taller than him. She's like 8 feet or whatever like that. So yeah. Said elves are too overrated. So, oh yeah. I have a wild imagination, man. Like, I think this is the reason why I like comics. I like doing comics. I want to develop games of my own. I'm a creative person. That's why I gravitated towards Mugen. I started with my first community when it came to create to game making was RPG Maker. I was part of the RPG Maker community first. Back on the PlayStation and stuff, and then eventually to the PC, and then Mugen. I got into Mugen because, like, man, I'm gonna be able to create my own fighting games and create my own type of scenarios and storylines and dream matches and stuff. And that's what got me popular here on YouTube. And I like to create stuff, and that's when I got into movie making on campus and at home and stuff. I love doing that stuff. So come on, it's only natural. So now you give me a tool to be able to create my own porn and hentai. Man, I got so many freaky, like I said, man, my foot fetish, man, like, got me thinking all kinds of wild stuff or whatever like that. So I have a lot of, like, I even have a lot of erotic stories, and 3D hentai allowed me to create a lot of erotic stories. The thing about me when it comes to erotic stuff, like, I can't just, like, especially when it comes to, like, me creating 3D hentai, there's a lot of people who just, like, want to get straight to the sex. I love it like that. Want to get straight to the point. They want to get straight to it and stuff like that. I think the reason why I got a nice size fan base is because people love the fact is that I have I do some storytelling before the sex happened. Because to me, I think the sex has to be earned. You know what I'm saying? I like the build up. And I think that's I guess you can call it, that's the feminine aspect of my mind. Because, like, that's why a lot of women love, a lot of females love romantic novels and stuff. Because it's more like a mental thing. They love the dance. They love the whole nature of it. They love the description and how things are being told to them, and it makes them build this vivid imagination. So when the payoff when it comes to the erotic novels or the love making or the romantic stuff, the payoff is awesome because the female brain and all the stuff they got going on in their head, the imagination that they have, it really sinks them down. It sinks them into it. That's why 50 Shades of Grey is popular and stuff like that. So I guess when it comes to erotic storytelling, man, I can't just make sex. Like, I can't just animate sex and just have people fucking just to fuck. Me, like, I have to have a backstory in my head. Why are they fucking? What kind of they get into a heated argument or like all kinds of other stuff like that. So that's why I really get into it and stuff. And it's the crazy thing when I do the hentai. The funny part is, once I make the hentai, I will watch it once just to check to see if everything is in place, and I just move on to the next one. I don't really watch my stuff. Like, people always ask me, "Do you get horny off your stuff?" No, not really, because I sit there, like, I'm when you start to sit in front of porn all day, especially if you're an animator, because what I do is I watch porn too in order to, like, when I want to get like a doggy style or a certain thing I want to do. Sometimes I watch a certain clip from a porn on Pornhubs or X Hamster or whatever like that. Or like a picture on Google Images, and I look at it and say, okay, I want to do something like that. And then what I do is I love reading a woman's facial expression. The facial expression is everything. I think what makes it hot too, porn hot or erotic stuff hot, is the facial expressions that she makes, the sounds that she makes and stuff like that. So I analyze her facial expressions and stuff, and then when I analyze her facial expressions, I'm like, okay, this is the facial expression that I'm going to go with when I animate my female a character or 3D model and stuff, like the facial expression. And then the next step is the voice actress. I always want to look for a voice actress that will best represent my character. And you gotta understand, like as a person that create 3D hentai and I animate and stuff, I gotta also listen to. I also hire males, so I also gotta hear their voices and stuff like that. So that's the weird part. I don't listen to it long. I gotta, like when I need males, I gotta, because they gotta do breathing sounds, they gotta moan, they gotta do stuff like that. So that gets kind of weird. You know, I click it like, okay, it sounds good. Let me just click it off and stuff like that. But yeah, I got like a whole archive from voice actresses, like different breathing, moaning, and sexual dirty talk, erotic talking and stuff like that. So yeah, I have to listen to a lot of that stuff too. So that kind of also numbs you from adults, from porn or sex in general. And it's for me in general, it makes me enjoy sex with a real life woman even more. It makes me enjoy it even more is because I'm in front of fantasy all day. So when I meet a woman and stuff, I think the only drawback is I have a hard time coming because I'm in front of porn all day. I can't come at times. It's a few times where I met a few chicks where I faked the orgasm because I could not come for no reason. And the thing was, she was enjoying herself because I was lasting even longer or whatever like that. But after a while, for me, it felt like a job. It felt like I felt like I was working because I'm not really getting any satisfaction because I can't even climax and stuff like that. So I learned that when I do get involved with women and stuff like that, and I'm doing the hentai stuff, I stop animating for about like 2 weeks. So it's to reconstruct my brain again and whatever like that. So it gives me some enjoyment when it comes to pleasuring a woman because she's getting pleasure, but I'm not feeling no pleasure at all. Like I'm just hard and just that's it. I'm not even coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's what standing in front of porn does to me like in hentai does for me and stuff like that. Like so it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Getting older, man. Voice actor. Oh no, I hired I'll show you this one girl that I hired. She's really I think she's Chinese. And what I liked about it was I need more foreigners. Like I hired this one Chinese chick. I'm about to do something else with her, and she has over 1 million something followers. And the good thing about it was, and what was so nice about her, she was able to speak in Mandarin for me, and she was able to in her English. I wanted that that accent, that that she's Chinese, like that Chinese. You can hear that Chinese accent when she talk. Cause I need more of that too. And then I hired a Mexican chick, and she has a cute voice, and then she was able to speak in Spanish for me too. When it comes to like the dirty talking and stuff like that, and that was also pretty cool too. So I'm definitely gonna be hiring her again. When the time comes when I need her again or whatever like that. What's her name? Let me go to my. Want to make sure if I. Let's see if I got it on my Twitter. Well, then again, I wouldn't be able to show it because it's not safe. It's not safe for work. It's on the stream. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to show that anyway because this chick is. Yeah, because this chick be not having any. Yeah, she don't be having any clothes on and shit. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to show it anyway because her Twitter page. Yeah, she don't be having any clothes on and shit like that sometimes, and she does like a lot of feet stuff and stuff like that. So I don't have it. Yeah, so I don't have anything tame to show, but yeah. So yeah, she I did a video where, like I said, I voice work my stuff too. Oh, so where do I meet the voice actors? Twitter. They all over Twitter. They're all over Twitter. Just go on Twitter to meet these voice actors. Good question. I answer that question in a second, Poop. Yeah. So, like I said, I did a video with her. I was voicing my character, and I had this Chinese chick, this Chinese character that she did or whatever like that. And yeah, we had fun. Like she sent me her lines and stuff. So it was just me and her character having sex and stuff like that. and everything, but it was a storyline to it and stuff like that. So that video was fun, and that video sold like hotcakes as well and stuff like that. She had a nice following and everything. But yeah. That's pretty much the gist of it. I met her, like I said, I meet a lot of voice actors. You can meet all the voice actors on Twitter, especially in the hentai space. There's always a bunch of voice actors and actresses. So I met a lot of them, became friends with a lot of them and stuff. And I talked with a lot of them. They hit me up on Discord and stuff like that and everything. Oh man, especially the girl that does Jory Han voice. Oh yeah, I'll let you hear her. I did a Jory Han video where my character is fucking Jory Han, but I'll let you hear her voice. She sounds really, really good. So I did a Jory Han video, and that thing sold. And you know there's a lot of feet stuff involved with that too as well. But let me see. She did a good her voice, she did a good job as Jory. What is my best 3D hentai video? Best selling? Damn, that is a good fucking question. Like I would have to look at my analytics because I do got a lot of bangers. Like I do have a lot of bangers. So 1 second, guys. Let me find the I'm gonna get the audio clip so you can be able to hear her. You'll be able to hear her or whatever. 1 second. Yeah, but this stuff I've been doing this since 2000. Was it 14 maybe 15 maybe? I think I've been doing this for quite some time. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I'm just grabbing some stuff. 1 second, guys. All right, let me go to here. Let me go to where's the pic? Oh, here we go. All right, put this here. And then I'm gonna get the audio. Yeah, she's fucking good. Let me see. All right. And like I said, I got my own 3D model of Jory or whatever for my 3D hentai. This is my 3D model of Jory or whatever like that. Let me see. Yeah. This is so you be able to see everything or whatever. Yeah. And this is my recent update. Ever since Street Fighter 6 came out, she got this Street Fighter 6 hairstyle or whatever like that. But yeah, so yeah, since 2014. So yeah, let me find I got the audio. Let me see. She's like really good. Let me see if we get
view. You're so hard. You're so hard. Oh. Foot jobs are my specialty. Ah, wow. Foot jobs are my specialty. Foot jobs are my specialty.
She does different. She's giving me different takes.
Yes. Come all over. Feel good. Oh, you're fucking the shit out of me. You're fucking the shit out of me. There's nothing like a sexy pair of shoes. Today I'm having my pantyhose worshipped. Check out my shoes.
Yeah, she's really she's good.
My pantyhose feel well. Oh yes, give it to me. Oh yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, so yeah, she's good. She's good. Yeah, she's really good. And now you can imagine you can imagine this, that I have to listen to this stuff 24/7. Well, I warned you. I said I was playing it. I told you I was playing it. I warned you. But yeah, let's. I'm doing good. Gaming Templar. What's up? Yeah, Raku. Said, which genres of anime you don't like? For me, it's harem and ecchi. Good question, Landon. All right, there's another. Poop asked me something. Oh, about. Yeah. Poop asked me about like what I ever. If Netflix came to me, and wanted to adapt any of my comic book stuff into like an anime series on Netflix, the only way I allow that to happen is if I'm on board, if I have control over it, that I'm the consultant, I'm in charge of it, and I'm allowed to overlook. If they allow me to overlook what's being done to my shit, then yeah, I'll allow Netflix as long as I'm on board. That I have some type of control. Like, yo, if I can't have any type of control over my shit, and I can't overlook any of this shit, then no, you're not going to adapt shit. Because you're not turning them out. You're not going to take my characters, turn my characters fucking gay just for the fuck of it, or try to put it into some woke shit for some that doesn't belong there because it's not even found in the comic and shit like that. You're not going to do any of that shit to push some type of agenda or any of that. You're not going to hijack my shit. So that's the only way. That is the only way that Netflix will ever touch my shit is if I'm in some type of control over it. They're not going to bastardize my baby. Yeah, creative control. That's what it's called. Yeah, creative control. Mugen holding. Yeah. You're not going to, yeah, I need creative control. If I can't have creative control over my shit, creative control over my shit, that's not happening. You're not making my characters non-binary. You're not making my characters, you're not making my characters anything that they're not in the fucking book. Like, you're not race swapping my characters. You're not doing none of that shit. If they're going to go out, if that's what they want to do with my shit, then they're not going to touch my shit. Yeah, I'm like, yo, that'd be crazy. I would lose my shit. They turn one of my characters gay and shit like that, like out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute, that's not even in the book. Like what the fuck are they doing? Or all of a sudden they turn one of my black characters just to like. Now all of a sudden they turn into like some woke defender and shit like that. Like come on. Carried into effect now. About creative control is the first thing they want to take for those. Yeah, like that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Like, you're not doing that to my shit, man. Like, because people want money so bad. Like, that's how passionate I am. People want money that bad. They will allow their creations to get bastardized for the sake of being rich. No, man. I love my creations too much for that shit to happen. I know George Lucas is fucking kicking himself in the ass right now, watching Star Wars get fucking destroyed. I know and of course he's not gonna say that out loud. Oh shit! Nice, my artist hit me up. She just sent me some new artwork or whatever like that. So, 1 second. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so yeah, man, like, no, you're not doing that to my work, man. You're not gonna fuck my work over. You're not gonna do that shit, man. You're not gonna destroy what I created. George Lucas is kicking himself in the ass. And the thing is, of course, publicly he's not gonna say it. Publicly he won't say it. But he's watching his baby get destroyed. He's watching Star Wars. He watched Indiana Jones. He's watching everything. He watching his empire crumble. Disney took a property such as Star Wars. It took George Lucas years to build that popularity, build that goodwill and trust. It only took Disney a couple of years to destroy that property. They destroyed Star Wars. They destroyed it, man. It's fucking pitiful. That's what I'm saying. It feels like I'm living in a totally different reality. It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Who would have thought that Star Wars would have sunk? Who would have thought that? Who? I never thought in a million years that Star Wars would be fucking terrible. If future me told old me that back then, I would call him a fucking liar. That's no way that Star Wars can't fail. There's no way Star Wars can fail. But they did it. They did it. They pulled it off. Look, you may call me a conspiracy theorist. I think they forced him. I think they forced him to sell it. Because I remember during the interview, like, even his body language, you can see in his face, like they had a gun, like in the back of it, like pointed in his back, while he was talking about him selling off the property. He didn't look confident. He didn't look too sure. It's like he didn't want to sell that shit. That's my personal opinion. I think they forced it. Either they got some dirt on George Lucas that they got on him and to make him give that shit up. And then he sold it for cheap. I think $3 billion. Star Wars is worth way more than $3 billion. I think he sold it for $3 billion if I'm correct. I may be wrong. I could be wrong. But he sold Star Wars for $3 billion. Fuck out of here with that. No way in the world. That Star Wars is $3 billion. He sold that shit for cheap. I think they forced him to sell it. I think they forced, to me, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, and that's okay. But I think they forced it. I think they forced his hand somehow. And then Kathleen Kennedy was his protege. Kathleen Kennedy worked underneath George Lucas. And then she fucked him over by destroying that shit. That fan backlash or the people made him panic. Disney also, yeah. And the thing was, Disney didn't, at first, Disney saved Marvel. Because you remember, you gotta understand, Marvel was bankrupt. You gotta understand, Marvel was bankrupt. Marvel filed for bankrupt, what, once or twice before? Marvel was dying. Marvel was losing money. So when Marvel Studios did was it Iron Man? Or was it Hulk? It was one of the movies. They ran out of money. Because Marvel was so broke. That's why they sold their license. That's why the whole situation with Sony owning Spider-Man, New Line Cinema had owned Blade, then Fox had Ghost Rider, X-Men had X-Men. The reason why those properties went out, because Marvel was so broke that they had to sell their license for these movies in order for them to make money. They were broke. So that's why what happened was Marvel only owned the rights to Iron Man and a couple other films. Was it Iron Man, Captain America? They still had the rights to those films. They didn't even have Punisher. Fox still had Daredevil. They owned all that. The other companies owned that. So what happened was, when they got to making Iron Man, they was desperate for money. So what happened was, I think during the budget, or I think during the production of Iron Man or the Incredible Hulk movie, it's one of them. I think it was for Iron Man. They ran out of money. That's when Disney came in. Disney came in and swooped in and bought them. And that's what allowed them to be able to create the Iron Man film. And remember, Universal Studios, they sold Hulk to Universal Studios. So Universal Studios still own Hulk, own the license to Hulk. They still own it. That's why Hulk doesn't have his own movie unless Universal Studios get a cut. That's why you only see Hulk make cameos in other people's movies, because Universal Studios own the Hulk. That's why you never see a solo Hulk movie of any solo Hulk movie recently, unless Universal Studios get a cut of it. So Disney came in and saved Marvel. That's why I still gave them credit. They did help Marvel at one point. They did help them. But that's when this whole woke shit came in. But before that, Iron Man blew up, became a success. Then they did a deal with Universal Pictures to do the Incredible Hulk movie. The MCU was fucking killing it. They did a good job. Yeah, they did a good job. So they got a cool storyline. That is why I wonder why they wrote Sabotage Plan. Well, you gotta understand, comic books was the thing of the past. Over time, comic books weren't selling. Over time, like you got video games, you got so many other things that's doing this thing. So yeah, Marvel was going broke, and so Marvel sold their license to different companies so they can try to make some fucking money. So that's why when Disney came in, Disney saved them at first. That's why, and then when Iron Man was a success, oh my God, they found a formula. And I remember I was in the theater. When I saw Nick Fury, and then when Nick Fury mentioned the Avengers project, I said, no, they're not doing the Avengers. Cause you gotta understand, superhero movies was a hit or miss. Most superhero movies weren't really that good. You had a couple that were fine, but a lot of them wasn't really that close to the source material. They were experiments at the time. So, and then you gotta understand the technology. When he mentioned the Avengers, I was like, yo, so that means, are we getting a Thor movie? Like, are we getting a Thor movie? I'm trying to picture a Thor movie. You gotta understand, back then we only had Batman. Back then we only had Superman. And stuff like that back then. So it wasn't really crazy, like as far as technology, effects, and CG. I'm trying to imagine what some of these characters would look like on the big screen, because some of these characters are super powered characters. Do we have the technology to make it look good without it looking corny? You know what I'm saying? So, I'll answer that in a second, Landon. So I'm looking like when they did the post credit, they were like the pioneers of the post credit scene. So when Tony Stark walked in at the end of the post credit of Iron Man, and then you see him Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, and he mentioned the Avengers project, I said, what? The Avengers is coming to the big screen? No fucking way. There's no way. There's no way they can pull this off. And then when the Incredible Hulk came out months later, and then Tony Stark popped up to talk to General Ross in the post-credit, I was like, wait a minute. Iron Man and Hulk is in the same universe? Because you remember, there weren't a shared universe before. Every comic book movie was its own universe. So now I'm seeing Tony Stark from his movie stepping into the Incredible Hulk movie. I was like, what? Yo, dog, I lost my mind in the theaters. You don't understand. I lost my fucking mind. Like as a comic book fan and growing up as a kid watching this shit, I was going crazy, man. You gotta understand, like this was like a historical moment in cinematic history, a shared universe in the theaters. So now you're invested in it. They had a formula. They were you were invested in it, and it didn't help that the stories were good, the characters were good. You know what I'm saying? Yup. And then after that, man, like when the Avengers came out, that was an event. My dad and all the fellas, all the guys, we all hopped in. We was like in 4 cars deep, like full of niggas. Like niggas, we was deep. We were deep, 4 cars deep, lined up, grown ass men, lined up to see Avengers. We was deep. And then this is the thing that got me. At the end of the Avengers, right? Next thing you know, you see the post-credit scene is in space, and the dude is talking. And the moment he turned his face, I said, that better not be Thanos. I was like, that better not be Thanos. Fuck out of here. Because I was, you know, I'm a big Thanos fan because I made Thanos in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well. I was like, yo, I was like, no. They're doing Thanos? How can they do Thanos? You gotta understand, Thanos in the comics is fucking OP. And his powers. How would they be able to reflect that in a movie? Because you gotta understand what I keep saying to you guys. Technology, CG animation. I'm like, are we there to be able to display a lot of the impossible that comic books has? You know what I'm saying? So when they showed Thanos, I said, no way they doing Thanos. Can he actually pull Thanos off? This is a broken character. Like, can the technology actually pull Thanos off? Now you had a bunch of casuals in the crowd who sat behind us. And it was like these two white boys in the back. He said, holy fuck, dude. That's the Red Hawk. I'm like, Red Hawk? Me and my brothers looked at each other and started dying and shit. Ain't no Red fucking Hawk. That's fucking Thanos. Yeah. So, he said it's amazing how Marvel turned limited to lemonade using the Avengers and Iron Man. Yeah, man. And they destroyed it. And this what got me nervous. This what got me nervous. So, Jonathan Majors truly guilty from abuse. Oh, they set that brother. They set that brother up. He said, dude, that's Red. He's like, oh my God, dude, Red Hawk. Me and my brothers looked like, what? They no fucking Red Hawk? The fuck? All right, let me see. So somebody asked me something before that. Is it Rock? He said Rock. He said Rock. What's up, Evil Air? But so I got so excited from the MCU. I said, you know what? I want to start collecting comic books myself. Let me start getting into the comics, and that's when I got nervous. This is when I saw the writing on the wall for Marvel. And remember, Marvel was still doing good at the time. But when I started looking into the comic books, it was a completely different story. And what do I mean by that? So I said, let me go into some X-Men, because I really love X-Men. Let me go check out the X-Men. And when I first went into the X-Men, that's when I discovered that they made Iceman fucking gay. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Bobby Ice? I said, Bobby Ice is a playboy. He's a ladies' man. What the fuck is going on? How is he fucking gay? So then I looked and he was gay, right? So then after that, I said, okay. And then that's when Marvel Comics did this highlight of Firestorm. I think that's his name. No, not Firestorm. What's his Firestar. Starfire. No, is this Firestorm or Firestar? I think it was Firestar. He's Asian, but he was actually gay back then in the comics. He has a twin sister. But as Firestar. I think that's his name. I think it's Firestar. Shatterstar. I think Shatterstar or Firestar. Can't remember his fucking name. It's been so long. But he also has a twin sister. Their powers work together. Like that. But yeah, he was like one of the first early like gay Marvel characters, and this was back in the 80s or whatever like that. He was gay, so it wasn't like they was woke for making them that they just turned him gay. No, he always been gay. So I didn't have an issue with that because he's always been gay. But the problem is what they did was they highlighted the first gay Marvel wedding, and it was a big issue because the Asian dude I think Shatterstar or Firestar, I can't remember his fucking name. Northstar. Yeah, Northstar. So yeah, Northstar. They did a X-Men issue of the first gay wedding, and it had Northstar married to some gay black mutant guy, or whatever like that. So they had them two together. You see the X-Men in the front row, everybody clapping, and it made the news. Everybody made a big deal about this. Marvel had their first gay wedding and stuff like that and everything. And I said, what the fuck is going on? I'm looking at the MCU, but I'm looking at the comics. There's something different going on. What the fuck? So I'm like, okay. So then what that did was it made so much headlines. DC wanted to compete. So what they did was that's when they decided to take the original Green Lantern and make him gay. So then they started putting. Then the news started going out that DC had decided to make what's his name? Alan something. I think that's the original Green Lantern was. So what happened was they put the newspaper said that DC made an announcement that the revival of the original Green Lantern, he's going to come back as a gay man. So I remember when the first issue came out, everybody was talking about it, because you see the gay Green Lantern dude, like, in his normal identity. He's waiting by the train. The train come out, and then this guy come out, and he's like, "Baby, I miss you." And he walks over and they kiss each other. And I was like, "Oh my god!" So we really gonna do this? So now now Marvel and DC was competing about who was going to make the most gay, who was going to be the first to drop more gay shit, and that's what it started turning into. And then after that, and then they revealed that Colossus was gay. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then after that, then all of a sudden they turned they got rid of Captain America. Then they made Falcon replace Captain America, and they came out with this new series called the All Different Marvel, where they started just race swapping and removing certain legacy characters, and then I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? And then they finally revealed Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers come back, because remember, Miss Marvel has been going for a minute. Then she comes back as Captain Marvel, and then they gave her the fucking feminist haircut. They gave her the lesbian haircut. And then they got rid of her. They made her look more androgynous. She didn't have her femininity in her anymore. The feminine look. She flat chested, look like a fucking boy and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm a big fan of Carol Danvers. I love Miss Marvel. I love the fuck out of Miss Marvel. And then when she comes back as Captain Marvel, and they changed her. They made her look like a lesbian and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And reminds you, the MCU is still doing good at this time. Their movies are doing good. I'm looking forward to the movies, but the movies encouraged me to go back and get into comics. But the comics was telling something totally different. So then, after that, they got rid of Wolverine. They killed Wolverine off for a bit, and they replaced Wolverine with X-23. So X-23 was the new Wolverine, instead of letting her be her own character, which was X-23. And then at one point, I think it was Raven, whatever his name was, at one point they made one of Wolverine's son gay. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? What are they doing? And then after that, that's when the introduction of Miles Morales came in. Now, like I said before, I had no issues with Miles Morales, but they started trying to make Miles Morales the Spider-Man. Miles Morales would never be the Spider-Man. Miles Morales would always be fucking Miles Morales. He would never be Spider-Man. And it's not because he's black and shit like that. No. I don't like Bucky being Captain America. Steve Rogers is Captain America. I don't want Dick Grayson to be Batman, because Dick Grayson is Nightwing. Dick Grayson was Robin. He was his own fucking character. And I love Dick Grayson. And he would make a good Batman, but he's not fucking Batman. Bruce Wayne is fucking Batman. So I have issues with stuff like that. So he shouldn't be with at one point, I think, if I can remember, I could be wrong. At one point, Daredevil, Black Panther was Daredevil at one point, if I can remember, or Gambit was Daredevil. I didn't like that shit either. So don't mess with my characters. Don't mess with my characters. If they're already original, keep them as the original characters and stuff. And then that's when they made Miss Marvel into Captain Marvel, and then we get a new Miss Marvel. The new Miss Marvel has now become a Muslim and stuff like that. And she could have been an interesting character, but then they made her a woke character. They made her a woke icon and stuff like that. No one gives a shit about social political stuff. No one gives a shit. You know, no one does. And she became an unbearable character. The character failed, but then they try to spin the narrative that people were racist and shit like that. No, people didn't want that shit. Then they started messing with Storm's personality and stuff like that. They started making Storm. They started giving Storm the Black Lives Matter touch and stuff like that at some points. And I'm like, what are they doing? This is not Storm. Like they're fucking with my characters and stuff. Yeah, like yeah. So it's just crazy. And well, people says that night. People keep saying that Miles Morales was a safeguard for when Peter Parker goes in public domain. So that's what people are saying. Like, that could be true, but they still try to force Miles Morales down everybody's throats. And the thing that bothers me about Miles Morales is Miles Morales could be a really, really good character is if they make him more original, because most of Miles Morales characters are rogue gallery of villains is Peter Parker's villains. He has no identity of his own. He's in Peter's shadow. Even when he dated a Spider-Gwen is an alternate version of Peter Parker's girlfriend Gwen Stacy. He's getting all of Peter Parker's hand-me-downs. There's nothing original about Miles Morales at all. And then at one point, Miles Morales had the clone Spider-Man arc. And you know the clone Spider-Man arc was a controversial arc back in the day. People hated that arc. That also introduced Scarlet Spider-Man. It caused all this confusion. They had to eventually retcon it. Well, guess what? From what I've read on the internet, now Miles Morales had a clone Spider-Man arc. He's not original. He's not original. He's not original at all. But anytime you say shit like that, you're a racist. Now, I'm not saying that there's no racist people saying racist shit about Miles Morales, but let's not pretend that that's the whole argument. When you have a discussion like this, you're going to have racist people piggyback off of the discussion, but that's not what the discussion really focusing on. Is the fact is that you're trying to replace a character like Spider-Man who's been around for years and trying to tell us that Peter Parker is not Spider-Man, Miles Morales is. Fuck no, he's not Spider-Man. He's Miles Morales. He's Miles Morales. He's always going to be Miles Morales. And if I can remember, and this is another thing about this whole diversity thing. They try to hit two different demographics. They made him a biracial. So they made him Hispanic and they made him black. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. You can correct me. I think even before they made the decision, I believe they wanted to originally make him gay as well, and they opted out of that. But the fact is that they couldn't just make him just Hispanic, or they couldn't just make him just fully black. They made him black and Hispanic, so now he's hitting both demographics. He's hitting both demographics. Like that's all he's just a marketing tool. He said, "I figured Miles Morales just no idea. Wait, it's just dawned on me. Basically, black replacement of Peter Parker and multiverse. It's Miles Morales it's just so sidekick. You destroy the character and make any wear costume. Also include organization, blah blah blah. So yeah, and then the multiverse fucked it up. But you gotta understand, like the multiverse was a way to like cop as a cop out for certain things. Like, and you can retcon shit. You can do all kinds of stuff with the like the multiverse can work when done right, but now it's starting to be used as a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard too. L Monster. That's what I heard too. And if that is true, that's fine. But you can't force this character. You can't force this character to accept this character as the Spider-Man. Yeah. But they did cheapen Spider-Man by giving us a million different Spider-Mans. Like they gave us a million different Spider-Mans. You know? But yeah. But that's pretty much it, man. Like I gotta talk to my artist. She hits me up. I have to discuss some plans and stuff like that. But I'm glad you guys tuned through. I had my restream is telling me that I had 202 viewers. That's the highest view count I've ever had, and that's because also I believe because I'm also streaming on Twitch, not Twitch, I mean X, as well. So a lot of you guys have pretty much came through and everything. So I'm gonna pretty much spend the rest of this night working on some stuff with the comic and everything. And I really appreciate you guys coming through. I'll definitely gonna be streaming again later this week. Oh, also too, don't go anywhere yet. I want to I always got to do this. Those of you guys who are new to my channel or to the stream and stuff, I also gotta let you guys know that my brother Keel Lancer and Strike got their own T-shirt company. We make our own T-shirts. And also if you're a content creator, we do merchandise. We do hats, hoodies, leggings. We also do mugs, tumblers. We do it. We do it all. We about to do mouse pads next. And we about to upgrade and start doing posters, and we do hats as well. So this is the website right here, and we do customs. We do customs as well. So if there's a custom design that you want or whatever like that, you can hit my brothers up. You can contact them and stuff. We also did some orders for a couple of Twitch streamers as well, and we do a nice packaging. We do a nice packaging as well when it comes to these items. So you get a nice box, bag, and all kinds of stuff like that. So these are all our designs. When I say these are our designs, meaning that, like I said, my brothers, they're graphic designers and stuff. These graphic designers, they're graphic designers. All these are graphic designed by my brothers, which means you cannot find any of these designs online on Amazon or anywhere. You can only get these designs from us. So yeah, definitely check them out. Striking KOTs, which I'll put in the comment section. Our boy Leon from Words of Paradise, he's a content creator. We did his merchandise as well. So you can go check out his channel as well if you into the culture war. If you into the culture war stuff, let me find the. I'm gonna put it in the chat so you guys can check it out and everything. I really appreciate you guys coming through. One second. One second, guys. All right, I'll post it in the chat, the website, our website and everything. We go. There you go. You can definitely check them out and everything. I really appreciate it, guys. It was a fun stream and everything. Really appreciate it. Definitely check out Striking KOTs. I'll be streaming again this week, so stay tuned. I don't know what day just yet, but you'll see me pop up. You'll get the notifications and everything. So, all right. So this is Mugen Lord signing off. I'll see you game.